It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
And it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. The Penguins Cup Championship show. The Penguins Cup playoff show. And the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show. Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
What a wonderful day!
Welcome to Temple Strength and Sport Performance, where we empower you to reach new heights in strength, speed, and athletic performance. Temple is here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, join him in Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania, and discover the difference. For more information, call 412-527-1755. Start your journey with us today.
2 jumbo iced caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino. Extra caramel.
That's us. I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
And it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. The Penguins Cup Championship show. The Penguins Cup playoff show. And the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show. Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
What a wonderful day!
Welcome to Temple Strength and Sport Performance, where we empower you to reach new heights in strength, speed, and athletic performance. Temple is here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, join him in Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania, and discover the difference. For more information, call 412-527-1755. Start your journey with us today.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
It's a championship hockey night in Pittsburgh tonight from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League presents the 2025 Class 3A Penguins Cup Final between the top-seeded Seneca Valley Raiders and the number 7 seed, the South Fayette Lions. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popcock, joined by Kevin Zielmanski for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV and Shrib Live High School Sports Network, presented by Drusky Entertainment. And Kevin, I've been thinking about something you said the last time we were together about how in playoff games, things tend to tighten up.
Yes.
There tends to be not a lot of room out there. The star power on both sides tends to cancel each other out. That's what it was like the last time these two particular teams met in Mount Lebanon back in February. I know because I was there for TenbandTV, and that game came down to a goal by a defenseman from distance who doesn't score very much. For the Raiders' sake, they better hope it's another tight, defense-oriented game that favors them. They're going to have their hands full tonight, I think, slowing down this South Fayette forecheck that has been relentless all season and at another level in these Penguins Cup playoffs.
Yeah, the path that the Lions have taken, they really have turned on the offense here coming into this 3A Penguin Cup playoff bracket. As the 7 seed, I got the wrong bracket up. Anyways, the 7 seed, Matt, they took on Mount Lebanon and won 6-1, and then went into the semis and defeated North Allegheny 4-2. So in 2 games, they've scored 10 goals, and their offense has really seemed to come to life here in this Penguin Cup playoff. It was really impressive to watch the other night against North Allegheny. Just to go through it, they defeated 6-1 in the first round. They outshot the Blue Devils Blue Devils outshot the Lions 30-20, but sophomore Jackson Ankrum made 29 saves in goal for South Fayette. Number 43, Nathaniel Keller, he scored 2 goals. Mason Imler, Jackson Stilley, Brandon Rygard, and Eli Petter each scored a goal, and Robert Chiappetta added 3 assists. Then in the semis, they defeated NA 4-2. Again, the Lions were outshot 32-25, but Ankrum stood tall, making 32 saves. Trevor D'Alessandro, number 19, scored 2 goals. Robert Chiapretta scored 1 and 1. And Hudson Venom and Eli Penner both added 2 assists. So late in that game, they really come alive and pulled away from NA to win that one in the semis. A little different for Seneca Valley in the semis. A lot closer, a lot more nerve-wracking.
Absolutely. Carter Hone, the defenseman and PIHL All-Star, had to score an overtime goal for the second time this season to punch the Raiders' ticket to the Lemieux complex in the Penguins Cup championship game. The Raiders holding off upset-minded Upper St. Clair by a 3-2 final score in that game. John Soroka had a pair of goals in the semis for Seneca Valley, including a power play marker. His first goals since the first meeting between South Fayette and Seneca Valley back on December the 9th. The game won by South Fayette by a 4-3 decision at the Barrel Toyota Ice Complex. That was the Raiders' very first loss of the season, by the way. The Raiders, they have gotten some great goaltending from Chris Nichols. He's won 6 of his last 7 starts, a .957 save percentage in that span, and he was great against the Panthers.
Yeah, in the playoffs, he's faced 47 shots. He's made 44 saves, 1.5 goals against average, and a 93.6 save percentage. When you accumulate all of his stats for the season, he's made 327 saves on 350 shots, allowed 23 goals for a microscopic 1.4 goals against average, and a .93, 93.4 save percentage with 3 shutouts on the season. He fits the style, or the style for the Raiders fit with him behind him. Tight checking, low scoring, rely on him, wait for their chances.
Matt Schwartz is in his 6th year as head coach of the South Fayette Lions. He won the Penguins Cup title, the first in program history, 2 years ago. 2 out of 3 wouldn't be shabby, especially in the program's first ever season as a member of PIHL Class A since the program was established in the year 2000. Tyler Masiska from the class of 2010 is Seneca Valley's first-year head coach. He's been to the Penguins Cup Finals as a player back in 09 and back in 10. In 09, the Raiders lost in double OT to Shaler. In 10, they lost to the number 8 seed in overtime, Cannon Mac. Cannon Mac was that year's Cinderella story. 15 years later, South Fayette is a Cinderella story. Will his karma invert, and will he finally get to hoist that trophy? We'll see.
Yeah, looking at the history, the only Penguin Cup for the Raiders is 2018. That year they lost to St. Joseph Prep in the state championship. South Fayette was just 2 years ago in 2A. They defeated Armstrong 2-0 and went on to defeat Pennsbury 7-4 to win the state championship. They're only in history. Last year, the Raiders beat Mount Lebanon 4-0 in the first round. Then they lost to NA 4-2 in the semis. South Fayette last year was in the 2A bracket. They were a heavy favorite as the number 1 seed. They lost to a very game Penn Trafford team as the 8 seed, 4-3 in the first round. Penn Trafford team that went all the way to the Penguin Cup final in 2A. So different route again here for South Fayette in 3A. They're not the higher seed now. They've been catching the teams off guard as the lower seed, and they're going to look to continue that here tonight.
Sometimes it's a lot more fun to be the hunter than the hunted. Now let's meet these teams, Austin McLean.
Tonight's lines made up by Joey Brinton and Luke Storm. Tonight's referees are Chris Patico and Cody Straits, with co-judges Mike Salco and James Yates. All right, fans, let's hear it for your 2025 Penguins Cup finalists. Now to honor America and those who serve her, please rise as a rank order of your hats and direct your attention to the flags above the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
And in the place named after the greatest Penguin of them all, it is only fitting that we get a national anthem from Jeff Jimerson, virtual or otherwise. The Seneca Valley Raiders, one of two #1 seeds to qualify for the Penguins Cup Championship Series in 2025. Fox Chapel was the other one. They will be in action at this time tomorrow night. The South Fayette Lions trying to pull off the rare feat of knocking off all three top seeds in this year's playoff tournament in succession. Mount Lebanon was the #2, North Allegheny was the #3. Now they get their shot at the Raiders, with whom they split the regular season series. Each game decided by 1 goal, and South Fayette played quite a few 1-goal games during the regular campaign.
Yeah, the first one was on December 9th, Matt. It was 4-3 win by the South Fayette Lions. Nathaniel Keller scored 2 goals. Robert Chiappetta scored a goal and 2 assists. Trevor D'Alessandro had 3 assists. Jackson Ankrum faced 21 shots, made 18 saves, 85.7%. The Raiders, they had 3 different scorers. John Stroika, Tyler Garvin, Owen Martin. They each scored a goal. Matthew Gilchrist was in net. He faced 19. He made 15 saves for a 78.9 save percentage on that one.
Andrew Malichki, the Seneca Valley captain, getting set to take the opening faceoff against alternate captain Owen Chiappetta of South Fayette. A pair of PIHL All-Stars at center ice. A PIHL All-Star in the goal down to our left, and Chris Nichols, opposed by the red-hot Jackson Ankrum down to our right. More on him in a bit. And we have a problem at the scorers table that we're trying to straighten out before the first puck is dropped.
So Matt, I can tell you about the game on the 10th of February. It was 2-1 win by Seneca Valley. It was Cooper Hahn and Matthew Bailey scoring for the Raiders. Nathaniel Keller scored a goal on the power play. In goal for the Raiders was Christopher Nichols. He faced 18, made 17 saves. And Ankrum, he faced 36 shots that night, made 34 saves versus the Raiders.
Ankrum has played very well since the holiday break, and that was one of those games in which he did play very well despite taking the tough luck loss, as you noted. Nichols actually did not start the first game between the teams, but he did finish it. South Fayette won it, and the Lions win the opening faceoff here to begin the Penguins Cup final, moving the puck right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device. Backhanded toward the point for Santino Vizio through a crowd. Hudson Venom right on top of that puck in the corner for the Lions. Imler toward goal, blocked by Andrew Malichki, and the Seneca Valley captain gains the red line and dumps it in. Ankrum watching it go by behind the net. Eli Petter has captained his Pittsburgh Predators team. This year, he captains the Lions, and he gets this puck up to center for Chiappetta. Off the glove of Carter Hone, the conquering OT hero of last week for the Raiders in semifinal play. Nate Keller, the Lions' leading goal scorer with 15 of those. 28 points in each of his first 2 varsity seasons as a freshman and sophomore, respectively. Keller takes over in the left corner, cutting out that outlet pass. Petter through a crowd. Malichki taking one for the team early on. Mash watches it go all the way back deep into Lions territory for icing.
Feeling out process. Try to get as many as involved as you possibly can. Going to get the first offensive zone draw here for the Lions.
And South Fayette again starts the game on the collective front foot. That's been their MO in the postseason. Chiappetta against John Soroka, coming off that big semifinal outing of his own. Raiders control the own zone draw. Marshall Hewitt, 6 points in his final 5 regular season games. Unusually quiet in these playoffs. Taken the other way by Chiappetta. He can't center it. Good play there from his knees by Vinny Valea. Braden Morin, the Raiders' leading regular season goal getter, with 13 of those, played the puck back to center. Raiders have to send it around their own boards. It's intercepted by the Lions, but not for long. Soroka drifting to his right, has a trailer in Morin. Goes that way. Morin on goal. Ankrum his first save. CJ Gwarek, the Spring Hills, Tennessee native, testing Ankrum. Ankrum passes the test, and he plays that puck off his glove. Slap shot by Gwarek. And it's cleared by Chiappetta for icing.
Well, first chance of the game, quality chance goes to the Raiders in a way that I think, Matt, that's how they want to play. Kind of get in transition, create their opportunities, make sure they're safe on the breakouts. They won that draw. They went D to D, back to D to D. The F3 went a little bit too much on a loop. They were able to go underneath and get out of the zone.
Owen Martin just missing the net. Martin with 2 points in as many playoff rounds for the Raiders. He had a goal in a game in quarterfinal play against the erstwhile state champion Pine Richland Rams. Seneca Valley knocking off the champs in the 1-versus-8 game in round 1 this season. Matt Bailey, the game-winning goal scorer in the final regular season meeting between the clubs, plays it around his own boards. Cooper Hone to the corner for Gwarek. Cooper, the younger brother, did not play in the semifinal round, but played well in the first meeting of the season against South Fayette. Cooper in the left circle. Nikolaski protecting this puck to the corner for Tyler Maxwell. Maxwell unable to center. Too many green shirts in the way. Lions watch the Raiders complete a line change as Carter Hone keeps it in at the left point to the corner for Ethan Riffey. Riffey up high for Hone. Hone keeps it just barely inside the line for Maxwell. Settled down by Ryan Campbell. That shot blocked by Randall Fisher with his big frame. Maxwell with the dump in for Seneca Valley. Fisher plays it on his backhand for Petter for Brody File. File unable to clear. Maxwell off the goaltender's stick of Ankrum. Riffey from the half wall. Wide of goal. Petter giving chase defensively for the Raiders, but Campbell gets there first for the Raiders. Petter giving chase defensively for the Lions, I beg your pardon, and he has this puck finally for South Fayette. Petter gains the red line and dumps it in right off the body of Nichols, the Seneca Valley netminder. 12 regular season victories for Nichols, one of the top 3 goaltenders statistically in Class 3A during the regular season. Carter Hone creates some space, now crosses the attacking line for the Raiders. Hone from the side of the net. Ankrum had to get a piece of that one to keep it out. Mash up the left wing boards, accompanied by Venom and D'Alessandro. Tyler Garvin, a former PIHL All-Star, tries to play it up the glass. He can't. Keller out in front. Venom couldn't get to the rebound. Jimmy Murtha to the corner. Garvin, the first player on it. Steered aside by Ankrum. The rebound is available for D'Alessandro. He takes it in stride. D'Alessandro right wing side, trying to outmaneuver the Raiders defense. He's dumped by Malichki on the back check. The student section off to our extreme left, expressing their approval as Murtha is greeted at the blue line by Petter. Petter with a dump in. Chiappetta shoots, and it's on the goal line and somehow stayed out. Romanelli shooting. That's blocked down by Gwarek. Chris Nichols defying the laws of physics to keep the game scoreless. Raiders on the counter. It's just played wide by Soroka over 5 minutes in. Marshall Hewitt inside his own line for Bailey. Up to Gwarek. Gwarek quick out to Morin. Morin ducks around the check from Petter. Morin from an angle off the side of the net. Hewitt back out in front, and that caught a piece of the post. Soroka trying to play peekaboo with Jackson Ankrum, but to no avail, and we get a stoppage with 11:15 to go in a scoreless first.
Matt, I really like the puck management right now I see from Seneca Valley. When they have the puck on their stick, they're very patient with it. They're spreading out, recognizing the open man, not afraid to go cross ice, and they've been excellent in transition so far with a lot more speed than I think we saw last week against Upper St. Clair.
Soroka was waved out by the linesman in favor of Hewitt, and that made a difference as the Lions played this faceoff up to center ice. Maxwell outletting for Soroka. Soroka skating wide, dropping for Morin. Morin surrounded immediately by Lions, blasted by Keller at the South Fayette blue line. Hewitt reversing the play to Soroka. Soroka gave it away to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro with a last-ditch effort to get it outside the zone. Maxwell re-entering for Seneca Valley. Met by varsity newcomer Nate Snyder. Up top for Owen Martin. Martin on the off wing. That shot deflected wide by Rygaard, the alternate captain. Maxwell keeping it left point. To the corner for Cooper Hohen. Snyder ties up his man once again. That's Martin this time. D'Alessandro brings it up to center for South Fayette. In the vicinity of the red line, he puts it in off Nichols.
Okay, Matt, very quick. Makes the save, gets it up. Now it's deep in the line zone.
10 minutes left in a scoreless first period. Martin giving chase in the attacking end for Seneca Valley. Raiders work it up to left point for Bailey. Bailey's shot denied by Ankrum. Nikolaski to the near corner. Petter up to center for Hudson Venom. Venom plays it around Valea. Bailey retreating behind his own net, reversing for Valea. Up to Martin near side. Imler pursuing to the corner for South Fayette, but the Raiders play this puck up the boards. They turn it over, however, to Venom. Venom deposits it right in the corner. The only player there for either side, Matt Bailey.
Look at that patience, D to D and back.
Nikolaski to Valea on the back end, up to center for Cooper Hohen.
And then a smart change, Matt. South Seneca Valley's really on their details really well so far.
Chance possibly for Venom, but couldn't take the long stretch pass. Seneca Valley takes over from behind his own net. It's Malichki up to center. That's interrupted by Rygaard. Gwarek across two lines for Malichki. Has a step possibly on Romanelli. Romanelli sticks with him. Romanelli ties up the Seneca Valley All-Star in the corner. Malichki, the Raiders' leading scorer with 24 points during the regular season. Only one in these Penguins Cup playoffs thus far. Midway through a scoreless first period. Chopped back towards center by Murtha, the alternate captain. Nichols settles it down. Maxwell from his own corner, watched by Dan Hudson. Played beyond Keller up to Malichki. Malichki 1 against 2. Malichki makes his move, shoots on Ankrum to say made the rebound. Raiders couldn't get a stick on it cleanly. Now they put it toward goal. That was Campbell forcing the faceoff as players push and shove.
Well, man, if I had the ability to tell us straight, I'd really like to show and spotlight the Seneca Valley defense. D to D, back D to D. They're very, very much in control. Just basically erasing the forecheck of the Lions. The Lions can't get anything in there, establish any zone time. And then they're getting some nice touch passes from the wingers to the center and support, allowing that transition to go, and they're back in the offensive zone. It's been very impressive so far for the Seneca Valley Raiders.
The Raiders win the faceoff. They put it off a South Fayette body, that of Keller. Mikhail Lobanov plays it up to center for the Lions. Sent in long range off of Nichols. He steers it to the near boards. Raiders try to move the puck quickly around the perimeter. Campbell recovers in his own zone. Up to center intended for Riffey. Sent the other direction by Vizio. Carter Hone hits the brakes behind his own goal line, trying to put the moves on Lobanov now. Hone under pressure, gets rid of that puck to Riffey. Riffey up ahead to Campbell. Campbell just a hair offside. Leighton Moreau, the guilty party, and more post-whistle chatter between these two finalists.
Well, when you have even though it was a harmless after the whistle shot that ends up hitting the goalie, you're going to get a response. And the defensive pair out there for the Lions, let them know that they didn't appreciate that.
Since being pulled in a game against TJ on January 6th, Ankrum has a goals against average of .233 and a save percentage of .919, including that noble effort in the last meeting with Seneca Valley. He was .313 and .885 overall during the season. So the way he's picked up his game lately, it's going to take a lot more than that to throw him off, it seems.
Man, he was very impressive against the Tigers last week. Very active, communicating. He even jumped up and pulled a D out of a scrum once. He was very into the game.
Soroka left circle. Soroka shooting over Ankrum's armpit. The rebound to Gawarek. Gawarek on goal, steered aside by the South Fayette sophomore. Chiapetta, speaking of South Fayette sophomores, try to outlet for Venom. He incurs an icing call instead.
Well, it's a good move by Chiapetta there to slow down, curl back. He looked for the stretch pass to the far blue line. High risk, high reward. If you don't connect, they're going to bring the draw back into your zone, and that's what they did here. And the Raiders, utilizing last change, Matt, made a line change to get an offensive line out here.
Chiapetta, a junior for the Lions this season. My Mandela-affected memory wanted to tell me otherwise. The Lions, nonetheless, have 10 sophomores on their Penguins Cup roster under Matt Schwartz. And a good many of them should get a healthy dose of ice time in this championship game. Himmler going down. Penalty coming up on Seneca Valley, and South Fayette is going to the Penny power play. Penny is Pennsylvania's official healthcare marketplace. Visit Penny, PENNIE.com today to see if you qualify for enrollment. Follow them on social media at PennyPA.
In the playoffs, 2 for 5 on the power play are South Fayette Lions. That's 40%. During the regular season, the Lions were 17 of 51, 33%, so slight improvement. On the penalty kill in the regular season, 83% for the Raiders, 54 of 65.
South Fayette, the #1 power play, in fact, in regular season play in the PIHL's top flight, and they have a chance to break a scoreless tie here with time ticking away in the first. Tripping the indication against Vinny Valea. Lions play it to the corner on the Penny power play. Maxwell trying to send it around the boards, but gives it right to Keller. D'Alessandro near side for Petter. Petter, cross ice for Chiapetta. Chiapetta to the corner for Keller. Keller to Chiapetta. Chiapetta for Keller. Keller on his forehand, shoots on net, and that save is made by Nichols, pinning it up against the bar.
On the penalty kill in the playoffs, the Raiders 1 for 2, 50%. Looked like the Lions were set up kind of in a 2-point man, 3 across the goal line, net front presence. No depth there. He needed to get a little bit higher when that puck was down near the goal line, man, for a better passing angle into the high slot.
Stilly off of Nichols, it's loose. The Raiders looking for this puck. Finally, they locate it and send it around the near boards, well beyond Chiapetta's purview.
The net front guy, Matt, has an inverse relationship to the puck. If the puck's at the point, they got to be low. If the puck's low, you got to get in the high slot, try to get away from the D.
Chiapetta coming through center for the Lions. Chiapetta over the attacking line, attracting all kinds of attention in the corner to the point for Petter, who couldn't handle the pass. Seneca Valley will take any break they can get, as any team will at this stage. 43 to go on the South Fayette man advantage. Keller colliding with Gawarek far side. Stilly in the mix for South Fayette. Turned the puck over, and Marshall Hewitt does the honors. Petter drifting to his left, dropping it back for Chiapetta with 20 to go on the Penny power play. Chiapetta through the left circle. Chiapetta behind the net. Chiapetta cross ice. D'Alessandro shooting. What a save by Nichols! Nichols somehow, some way got all the way across to kill off the rest of the penalty and keep this game scoreless with 4.5 left in the first.
An excellent push off the post, Matt. Blocker save. That one was wide open. From our angle, it looked like he was going to bury that.
That should be a federal offense, what he just did to Trevor D'Alessandro, who scored a power play goal last week from virtually that same spot against the Tigers. Teams are back to 5 aside. Mash on the back check behind his own net. Cooper Hone ties him up on the forecheck. Mash going down to play this puck defensively for the Lions. Turned over to Martin. Martin from the slot area. Martin shooting, Ankrum the save. No rebound.
Good job by Ankrum right there, Matt. The shuffle across that blue paint and stay with the shooter right there, Owen Martin, as he was trying to find some spot. Open net as the target, and Ankrum squared him up the whole way over for the save.
Martin had a goal in the first meeting, the too little, too late comeback by the Raiders back in December with the South Fayette Lions. 4 goals altogether and 7 points in regular season play. 1 goal, 1 assist in the postseason. Valea to his left, sent in around the boards by Moreau. Correction, that was Colin Weston with a dump in for the Raiders. Venom, in any event, plays it up the near side for South Fayette to Mason Imler. Imler got the scoring started for the Lions with his first playoff goal in the semifinals against NA. Nate Keller from the edge of the right circle. Keller surrounded by white shirts immediately, and they force that puck back to center. Sent in immediately by Vizio. Lions completing a line change as Seneca Valley plays this puck from deep in its own zone. Malichki on one hand up to Jimmy Murtha. Met by Vizio. Sent back to the Seneca Valley line. Raiders from their own stripe dump it in. Should be an icing call, and it is.
So, Matt, just because I was having a long pregame conversation with Santino's father, he'd be a little upset if I didn't tell you it's Vezio.
Well, up until tonight, we didn't know that Mock was MASH. You know, we always...
I know. His father, Steve, and
you
I
always got to know how to hit the curveball when you talk to the parents.
His father, Steve, and I go back quite a number of years. City neighborhoods next to each other. Played a lot of softball things together, so it's good to catch up with him.
Soroka with a path to goal. Soroka, score! Oh, the kids want to jump! John Soroka! Let Seneca Valley fans know what's up. It's 1-0 Raiders. Soroka's 3rd goal in 2 playoff games.
Well, Matt, so we get a look at what happened here. Something occurred with the South Fayette defense. They got too wide. One, it appeared, was going to the bench. And all of a sudden, the puck was just lying on the Penguin logo for Soroka, and he had no resistance all the way in. He goes top corner, 1-0 Raiders.
Chiappetta flicks it toward goal on his backhand from 60-plus feet. Nichols able to settle that one down easily. Morin with purpose up to center edge, trying to get around Petter. Easier said than done. Snyder hit as he got rid of that puck to Ivan Kalinko. Kalinko beyond the neutral zone. Maxwell has to go fetch for Seneca Valley. 1-0 Raiders on junior John Soroka's 3rd playoff goal.
He had 2 against St. Clair. He had the first one early in the game. Then it was kind of a lull for both teams. They both scored early in the first. They both scored in the third. For Soroka, he has 3 now in the season. That's his 9th goal of the campaign. And we're going to have a power play for the Lions.
They go on the penny power play for the 2nd time. Braden Morin sent off for roughing with 2:09 left in period 1. So barring a goal, they'll spend essentially the rest of the period on the man advantage. But here comes Malichki shorthanded. Andrew Malichki has a step on the defense. Malichki coming to the goal. He draws a penalty. Will this be a penalty shot? It will be.
More importantly, Ankrum was crashed into and he's slow to get up.
The Raider captain with a penalty shot drawn in the Penguins Cup final with his team up 1-0 on the penalty kill and a chance to double their first period advantage on the upstart Lions.
Matt, that was the right call.
Yes, it was. I agree.
He had the puck in front of him. He was protecting it well. Now, goalies know that when you have it in front of you, you're going to deke. You're not going to shoot. But they came around and they hooked him from up and under, so it's going to be a penalty shot.
He's going to take it. He had 9 goals in the regular campaign. Can he finally get the playoff monkey off his back? Let's see. Malichki deliberately moves it across the line. In on Ankrum. Save made by Jackson Ankrum to keep it a 1-0 affair.
Interesting choice to go slowly. He had Ankrum reaching for that post with his pad, wasn't able to elevate over the post. So Malichki's denied with getting the penalty shot after a shorthanded breakaway, which really, Matt, in terms of list of things that drive coaches crazy, that's on the list. Giving up a shorthanded breakaway, not from a block shot, too.
Malichki toward goal off the faceoff, knocked aside by Ankrum, who had to be ready to make that play. Chiappetta. Now that the Lions have averted special teams disaster, they look to equalize with 1.5 minutes to go in their second power play of this game. Played out in front. Chiappetta has it up top to Petter. Petter for Chiappetta. Chiappetta waits, watches, goes to D'Alessandro, the pass too heavy. D'Alessandro plays it to Stilley just in time. Stilley, opposite side for Keller. Keller from an angle, and it's loose. It's still loose. It's not in. The Raiders kept it out. Carter Hone did his best Scuderi impression to help out his Tendi.
And then, man, I think the Lions had designs of just pushing everyone into net, hope the puck was underneath there.
Approaching the final minute of first period play. Final minute of the South Fayette power play. Chiappetta from long range. That save is made. It comes out the other side. D'Alessandro settles it down. Chiappetta wants this puck. He surveys. He goes back to D'Alessandro. Back up top to Chiappetta. Chiappetta to the side of the net. Shanked by Keller. Chiappetta keeps it in at the point, and a penalty coming up on South Fayette, and there goes the power play.
Matt, right there is the difference between the amateurs and the professionals. When that cross the box pass, you said was shanked, professionals don't miss that, and that's kind of like when you elevate to different levels, the things that the goalies have to deal with and you have to be able to do, because it's a good seam pass.
You've got your top goal scorer right there on the doorstep. The puck's on his tape. You figure that puck's headed in, but it was not to be.
And to be clear, that's not a criticism of him for not getting everything on it.
No.
It is very difficult to do. You just develop those skills. The older they get, the more you advance.
Sure. Keller, one of those talented sophomores on Matt Schwartz's roster, that close to a tying goal, but instead we play 4-on-4 hockey for 32 more seconds. There's 41.3 on the first period clock.
They just couldn't seem to get that shooting lane on that power play for the Lions, and that time they were able to get it through. And now we're going to play 4-on-4 for 30 more seconds.
Let's see if either team can do anything with a little more room to maneuver on the open ice here at the Lemieux complex. Valea off Rygaard. Imler, controlling at center, collides with his own teammate Petter. Could that be a break for Seneca Valley? Valea off the leg of Mash and out of play. 20.5 ticks to talk. Face-off coming up in South Fayette ice.
11 more seconds on the Raiders penalty. 1:35 on the Lions. So there'll be about 9 seconds to the conclusion of this period. Man advantage, and then they will roll it in for 1:15 in the second.
Trevor D'Alessandro, who got caught with his hand in the cookie jar on the play that led to the penalty shot. Keller at the other end, just wide of goal. Oh, Keller snake bit in the final minutes of period one.
Good play by Keller to get that behind the D.
Hewitt from the boards. That's off a body as we get the buzzer. John Soroka stays hot and has the only goal of this Class 3A Penguins Cup final for the Seneca Valley Raiders, who lead the South Fayette Lions, with Kevin Zielmanski, Matt Popcock on board from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV and Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by Iron Bridge.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop at Play It Again Sports in Greensburg.
Back with Kevin Zielmanski, I'm Matt Popcock at the Class 3A Penguins Cup Final for 2025. The Seneca Valley Raiders have switched sides with the South Fayette Lions. The Raiders lead the Lions 1-0, the number 1 seed against the number 7 seed, respectively, in the PIHL's top flight. Marshall Hewitt forces the first save for either goaltender, Jackson Ankrum, with the denial there. Ankrum stopped a penalty shot by Andrew Malichki in period 1 to keep it a 1-goal deficit for the Lions. And to finish my earlier thought, Trevor D'Alessandro, who incurred the officials' wrath on the play that led to the penalty shot, is still in the penalty box, serving out a hooking minor for the South Fayette Lions, as this shot from between the eyes is shanked by Malichki off a stick and out of play.
Malichki in a good scoring opportunity until the senior defenseman, Randall Fisher, gets his stick in the shooting lane, goes up over the glass, and Jackson Ankrum nods his head approvingly, and he taps Fisher on the shin parts to tell him he appreciates what he did there.
Garvin couldn't quite keep it in off the glove with under half a minute to go on the penny power play, carrying over from period 1 for Seneca Valley. John Soroka scoring unassisted and at even strength 10.5 minutes into this championship final. That's been the difference. First period shots on goal were 13-10 in favor of Seneca Valley. Chiappetta off a Seneca Valley skate and wide of goal, gets his own rebound back, but has to retreat to play this puck inside the Seneca Valley line. Gave it right away to Maxwell. Maxwell getting it deep as D'Alessandro steps back onto the ice and camps out near the Seneca Valley blue line.
It's going to cut. There it is.
He does cut to the opposite end. Chiappetta with a dump in for the Lions. Bailey reversing the play defensively. Gwarek in the corner now for Seneca Valley. Raiders work it around their own perimeter and play it back to center for Soroka. Soroka, stick check by Petter, stays with his puck, sends it down low, and Ankrum will not leave anything to chance. Iron Bridge was founded in 2011 to simplify interoperability in today's complex healthcare ecosystem. Their solutions have allowed over 100 organizations to harness the power of the cloud to exchange health data easily and securely. Iron Bridge makes simple integration easier and complex integration possible. Follow them on social media or visit ironbridgecorp.com for more information. Breakaway for Trevor D'Alessandro to the goal. Score! Don't call my name! Don't call my name! D'Alessandro brings South Fayette even early in period 2.
We just looked up, Matt, and he was on a breakaway, just right off the defensive zone draw, and the Lions were able to slip one of their most dangerous scores all alone, and it wasn't clear to me where he beat Nichols right there, but he kind of slid it between the 5-hole underneath the pad, and he knew right away that that was in the net for D'Alessandro, his 3rd of the playoffs and 14th of the campaign.
That's what we in the broadcast industry call the Iron Bridge bump. we could not have timed that live read any better. South Fayette 1, Seneca Valley 1 in the Class 3A Penguins Cup Final, 14:30 left in period 2. An alleged stick foul up high, according to the South Fayette student section off to our right. This USA hockey crew disagrees, but Mash cuts toward goal and puts that puck wide. Chiappetta, trapped in the corner by Malichki, cedes possession to Valea, kept in by Imler, off the stick of Murtha and out of play.
Yeah, shout out to the officials from the WPOHA, what we like to refer to as WPOA. WPOA was around for a number of years and then went away for a few years and now is back, and you have their names.
Batko and Scrates, the referees for this Penguins Cup Finals. Stork, the linesman. Brinton, the other linesman.
Brinton was a player at Alderdice many years ago when I was coaching at Central.
I remember when they had a co-op program in the league.
They had a pure team for a number of years.
Yes, they did. Hudson shoved from behind by Soroka, who has Seneca Valley's lone goal thus far. Trevor D'Alessandro scoring for the second consecutive playoff round to bring the South Fayette Lions level with the Seneca Valley Raiders. Romanelli in the corner. Morin up to Moreau. Moreau off the blocker of Ankrum from distance. Romanelli shouldered by one of the Raiders on the forecheck. That's Marshall Hewitt. Hewitt throwing his weight around as Romanelli tried to play it up to center. It comes back to Vezio. Vezio cross ice for Hudson. Hudson erroneously flipping that puck in the direction of his own bench.
Well, want to give recognize, I've been talking a lot about the D2D of the Raiders, but Matt, when you talk about complementary pieces, it doesn't work if the forwards get too high and blow the zone. The forwards are being really patient, not getting too high, not getting too far away from the D, and the Raiders are making excellent breakout passes.
To center it comes for Gwarek. Gwarek, in his native Tennessee, played for the Nashville Junior Predators at one point before he headed north to Western PA. Face-off coming up to his goaltender's left early in period 2. Speak of the devil, Gwarek wins it for the Raiders up to Owen Martin. Martin up to Cooper Hone.
Look out.
Hone across the line, and Nikolaski was just a step ahead. Cooper Hone with 1 goal and 1 assist in the first regular season meeting between these squads.
If you're going to crisscross on the attack, you cannot crisscross in front of the puck carrier. I think he was looking for the pass initially, and then he wanted it down the boards, and miscommunication leads to an offsides.
Martin from the center circle, backhanding it to the corner. Snyder reverses it to Petter as he absorbed a hard hit there from Martin in the defensive corner. That's played off the posterior of Ivan Kalenko before Kalenko heads off for a change. Raiders from their own corner up to Nikolaski. Keller in the thick of that puck battle for South Fayette. It comes around near side to Fisher. Given away to Gwarek, who tries to Murphy dump this puck inside South Fayette ice. Imler settles it down off the hand. Nikolaski in pursuit. Petter gets to it first and sends it to the Seneca Valley line. Martin over the attacking line for the Raiders. Martin skating wide and shoots it wide of goal. Nikolaski to the rebound for Seneca. A lot of green jerseys down low. This puck batted around in front, and Ankrum somehow is able to spot it and cover.
Tied at 1 here, midway through the second. We had a lot of things. We had some special teams play. We had a short-handed breakaway. We had a penalty shot called.
It has been a very eventful start to Penguins Cup Championship Week, even if the scoreboard does not yet reflect this. Right. Mash from inside his own zone. Up the left wing boards, right off one of the Raiders, and it bounces conveniently to Murtha. Back to Weston defensively, lead pass to Malechki. Can Malechki redeem himself? It rolled off his stick at the last moment. Lead pass now to Imler. Imler is onside for South Fayette. Has a player cutting to the goal. It's Venom, and that one almost went through Nichols as the net behind him is dislodged.
That one hit the defenseman, Vinci Villela, as he was trying to come back, Matt, and almost went off Villela into the net right there. as we get a look at the replay, there's a good get and staying on sides. But right there as well as going down to try to cut off that cross ice and almost got the ricochet own goal. What I was going to squeeze in there, Matt, is it's not always goals. It's just action that makes good hockey. It does, you know, you can have fantastic saves that makes for good hockey. And I think we've seen that so far.
Here. Raiders work it out from their own corner up to Hewitt. Hewitt trying to get around Vezio and does to the corner. Hewitt thought about connecting with Soroka, instead goes up to Carter Hohen. Hohen toward goal. It's blocked in front by one of the Lions. Morin trying to work it to his forehand. He can't. Too much resistance from South Fayette, and this rebound comes right in on Ankrum outside his crease, covering between the pillows.
Another chance generated in transition on the attack. We're able to get around the defenseman there for the Lions and get that point shot in on Ankrum. Force him to make the save and hold it for a face-off to his left.
Clean face-off win by South Fayette. The muscular Lobanov up to center, but turned the other way by Soroka. Morin in a delayed offside situation. That allows Keller to play it back towards Seneca Valley territory. Nichols outside the NHL trapezoid, playing it near side for Carter Hohen. He's met by a couple of Lions deep in the corner. D'Alessandro works it free. He shoots off a Seneca Valley stick. Good gap control by Maxwell. D'Alessandro pinned up against the glass now. Raiders try to prevail in this puck battle. Maxwell up but not out. Petter for Chiappetta. Chiappetta met by Morin. Backhanded weakly wide of goal by D'Alessandro with 10 to go till the ice cut of a 1-1 game. Vezio lost his stick at center. Penalty coming up against the Seneca Valley Raiders. Lobanov almost turned it over to Hewitt. Keller retains possession. Near side Vezio. Vezio looking for company. Has a trailer in Lobanov. Lobanov on the delayed penalty call. Out in front, off a skate. Chiappetta controls it. The Raiders still haven't cleanly touched it yet. Petter. South Fayette has the extra skater on. Near side Chiappetta. Across to Lobanov. Lobanov's shot blocked by Morin. And finally it's smacked at by Nikolaski.
This is a dangerous power play, Matt, and the Raiders are going to give the Lions another chance on the man advantage.
Will the third time be the charm for this lethal power play unit on the Penny power play? In a 1-1 game, 9.5 to play, second period.
Now 2 for 7 on the power play in the playoffs. Entered this game 2 for 5.
Jackson Stilley's stick is tied up. The Raiders, a very strong penalty killing team throughout the season, and their mettle being tested once again. They're 2 for 2 in that department tonight. D'Alessandro near side for Chiappetta. Chiappetta, the left-handed shooter, to D'Alessandro for Petter. Petter to D'Alessandro. That pass interrupted, intended for Chiappetta. Chiappetta keeps it all the same, but plays it right off the skate of the oncoming Murtha. Chiappetta under duress, beyond Bailey to the corner with 1:15 left on the Penny power play, the third of the game for South Fayette. Raiders killing some more clock. The Lions win the puck battle. Chiappetta turns around and shoots short side. Nichols was there. Raiders unable to clear. Here's Petter to the corner for D'Alessandro. Chiappetta gets rid of it to Keller. Keller from the right circle to Chiappetta. Chiappetta through a crowd. That bounces off of Nichols. Keller has the rebound. Stilley dumped in front. Shot from an angle denied by Nichols. Save again by Nichols. Stilley on the follow-up. And the Raiders played off a couple of sticks, and it bounces back to the Penguin logo at center ice. Petter, quick out to Keller for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro quickly intended for Chiappetta, interrupted by zone man Stilley. Shot from an angle, penalty coming up.
It's going to be on number 31, Jackson Stilley. He's going to go to the box for interference right in the slot. That was another pretty obvious one.
These Seneca Valley penalty killers, sorry Kevin, really doing a nice job frustrating the Lions into maybe trying to do too much in the attacking zone, and this is twice now we're going to play 4-on-4 hockey tonight.
I think you're right, Matt. We don't see the free-flowing, moving, puck-moving power play we saw in the semis against North Allegheny for the Lions. They can't seem to figure it out. They tried to force a couple to the point, and they weren't there. Sometimes you need to take it around, switch sides, keep it low.
Maxwell shoots off of Ankrum's glove, and the rebound comes right to Petter, his defenseman. 15 left in the 4-on-4, then the Raiders get a truncated penny power play. And that will be Seneca Valley's second power play of the contest. Reverse to Rygard, taken away by Garvin. Garvin stood up by Petter. South Fayette calmly trying to play this puck back to center, but Murtha has it for the Raiders. Wide of goal. Garvin unable to get the tip in. Garvin against the grain keeps it inside the zone for a hot minute before he has to reset the play at center. Murtha withstands the check. It comes up high and now near side for Garvin. Garvin trying to center for Soroka. From an angle, Ankrum makes that kick save, but kicks it right out to John Soroka. Under a minute to go, and the penalty on Stille. Garvin slips it to Soroka. Soroka, right circle, through a crowd. Never made it on target. Carter Hone from the right side. To the corner for Soroka. Soroka, near side. Good read there defensively by Chiapetta. No, Imler, I'm sorry, on the PK. Garvin down low. 6.5 till the ice cut. Garvin in the left circle. Off of South Fayette, skating right to Jackson Ankrum.
Good puck movement for the Raiders. One good save, but not a lot of threatening shots. So again, for the penalty killers, you got to tip your hat. The Lions were 3 for 3 so far in the playoffs entering tonight's game on the kill. The Raiders were 1 for 1 on the power play, so both teams function at 100%.
Seneca Valley controls the face-off. 25 to go on the man advantage. Carter Hone, cross ice to Hewitt. Hewitt surveying the play, back to Hone. Hone tees it up, shoots, save made Ankrum. The rebound is put toward Ankrum again. Ankrum finally able to freeze that puck now against the side of the net.
Well, once again, Matt, you can see walking down the slot here, these teams like to emulate what they see on TV, and you kind of see the 1-3-1 setup. When they went to the side of the umbrella there on that far side, nobody was down low to try to change the point of attack, and the goalie didn't have to respect that side that far. He didn't have to get on the post. Right here.
Final seconds of the power play.
There you go.
Hewitt to Malichki, intended for Malichki anyway. Nikolaski unable to reel it in, and the penalty to Stille expires. Stille hurrying to the South Fayette bench. Lobanov hurrying on in his place. Puck still loose, deep in South Fayette ice. Morin with it, behind the Lions cage. Braden Morin. It's him against the world, and he sends it out in front, but the only man there was Trevor D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro, with the only goal for either team in this period, puts it on goal. Easy stop by Nichols. Fisher from inside his own line with the Raiders changing on the fly, plays it back to the Seneca Valley stripe. Leighton Moreau with a dump in for Seneca Valley. Fisher reverses to his defensive partner, Petter. Keller for Lobanov. Lobanov quickly to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro sends it around the boards in Seneca Valley ice, approaching the final 5 minutes of this championship game before our ice cut. 1-1 the score. D'Alessandro for Venom, who just stepped on for South Fayette. Moreau off the boards, turned over to Imler. Imler down low for Venom, out in front, cut out by Riffey. Ethan Riffey from the South Fayette blue line sends it in. Raiders making another line change. Gwarek, cross ice for Hewitt. Hewitt to Riffey. Riffey on goal, Ankrum the save. The rebound is behind the South Fayette net. Petter trying to get positioning on Riffey, the Seneca Valley sophomore. Riffey in all kinds of trouble here. Finally, the puck worked loose. Gwarek keeps it on the line. It's still onside, but Imler has no trouble escorting up to the red line. Bailey quickly for Gawarek. Marshall Hewitt flying up the left wing boards. Hewitt around Romanelli. Hewitt to the corner. Loose stick on the ice. A yard sale in South Fayette territory. Raiders still playing this puck. Turnaround try by Hewitt. That save is made by Ankrum. Romanelli with a hit there on Soroka. D'Alessandro takes it up to center ice for the Lions. D'Alessandro has Venom cutting toward goal. Now Venom peels away. D'Alessandro's hit, but it comes up to Romanelli. Romanelli forces the blocker save, and Carter Hone is well positioned for the rebound. Chiappetta from the neutral zone up to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro poke check by Carter Hone. Owen Martin now over the attacking line for the Raiders. Martin's drop pass. Shot saved by Ankrum on Cooper Hone.
Starting to get the feeling, Matt, that we're not going to see too many quality chances in the final 20 minutes and 12 seconds of this game. That was a good decision by Gawarek to our right when they reversed it to him. He didn't even touch it. He let it go, and they were able to, again, come down the near side, up the boards, in transition to attack. So there's another good decision being made by the Seneca Valley defense core today that's been very impressive to me.
Assuming, of course, it only takes 20 minutes and 12 seconds to decide this one, but one skate in front of the other. Cooper Hone to the corner, watched by Romanelli, up to Carter Hone. Far side for Maxwell. Maxwell's turnaround shot just wide of goal. Cooper Hone in plenty of time on that rebound for Seneca Valley. Nikolaski harassed by Romanelli in the corner. Final 3 minutes of second period play. Carter Hone tied up by Rygard to the corner for Martin. Martin side of the net. Good play there by Ankrum with a stick. Lobanov has a man draped over him, and that causes him to cough up that puck to Martin. Maxwell sends it deep into South Fayette ice. Both teams want to make changes here on the go. Rygard slips it inside Seneca Valley territory. Malichki from center red gets this puck deep for the Raiders. Romanelli still on here defensively for Matt Schwartz. Late in period 2. To Rygard. Rygard, nice move there around Riffy. Rygard with a dump in. Goes after his own puck. But a good job there by Valea to get positioning on him. Now he takes down Valea and gives the official nearest the old who me. Well, for now, they'll let boys be boys. Snyder behind the South Fayette net, Up to center, it'll come to Malichki. Cross ice for Valea. Near side, Murtha reaching. South Fayette controls this puck, but turned it over to Jimmy Murtha. Murtha toward goal, on the doorstep, Malichki. Cross ice pass! Oh, what a save by Ankrum to keep it tied. From the side of the net, Murtha unable to sneak it inside the near post. Up top for Bailey. Bailey wide of goal. Chiappetta content to ice this puck if he absolutely has to. And apparently he will. You didn't agree, Kevin.
I thought because it was moving slowly that they were going to wave it. I've seen that. But I think they were out there with the brooms curling just to get it over the line. Fantastic save by Ankrum with the glove. Pushing off, coming over right there, making a great save, the sophomore. He's fun to watch. He's very, very active when he moves. He's to be a talented young goalie in this league.
Well, both goaltenders can move laterally, of that much we're certain at least, as Ankrum is called into action right off the faceoff vis-a-vis Hewitt. Final 45 of the period. Gawarek near side. Over the raised stick of Vezio. Vezio plays it in the nick of time before Morin can catch him up. Pass through center, too many white shirts in the way. Soroka over the line, around Keller. Soroka shoves Vezio aside, up top for Bailey. Bailey with under 30 to go in the period. Soroka dispossessed by Keller, and Keller will ice this puck once again for the Lions.
Brings the draw back into the Lions' end for an offensive zone face-off opportunity for the Raiders, and with last change and 19 seconds ago, this is a time, Matt, where you can kind of load up a line. Now, if you have your certain players anchoring lines mixed up, you could go with like a power play setup here with 19 seconds to go, because it's not going to screw up your lines because you're going in for the break.
Seneca Valley wins the own zone draw. With the Lions control the puck from behind their own net, they might have one last chance if they can play their cards right. 7 seconds left. The Raiders up to center. Mash would be wise to just protect this puck, and he will as the second period buzzer sounds. And so we will cut the ice at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex with your score through 2. Seneca Valley Raiders 1, South Fayette Lions 1. He's Kevin Zielmanski. I'm Matt Popcock, and you're watching the 2025 Class 3A Penguins Cup Final on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV and Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by Solico Advisors.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today, and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
For Ethan Riffey. Riffey up high for Hone. Hone keeps it just barely inside the line for Maxwell. Settled down by Ryan Campbell. That shot blocked by Randall Fisher with his... Carter Hone creates some space. Now crosses the attacking line for the Raiders. Hone from the side of the net. Ankrum had to get a piece of that one. And D'Alessandro. Tyler Garvin, a former PIHL All-Star, tries to play it up the glass. He can't. Keller out in front. Venom couldn't get to the rebound. The rebound is available for D'Alessandro. He takes it in stride. D'Alessandro right wing side, trying to outmaneuver the Raiders defense. He's dumped by Malichki. The student section off to our extreme left, expressing their approval as Murtha is greeted at the blue line by Petter. Petter with a dump in. Chiappetta shoots, expressing their approval as Murtha is greeted at the blue line by Petter. Petter with a dump in. Chiappetta shoots, and it's on the goal line and somehow stayed out. Romanelli. Chris Nichols defying the laws of physics to keep the game scoreless. Raiders on the counter. It's just played wide by Soroka over 5 minutes. Hewitt back out in front, and that caught a piece of the post. Soroka. Lions played this faceoff up to center ice. Maxwell outletting for Soroka. Soroka skating wide, dropping for Morin. Morin surrounded immediately by Lions. Snyder ties up his man once again. That's Martin this time. D'Alessandro brings it up to center for South Fayette. In the vicinity of the red line, he puts it in. First period. Martin giving chase in the attacking end for Seneca Valley. Raiders work it up to left point for Bailey. Bailey's shot denied by Ankrum. Maxwell from his own corner, watched by Dan Hudson. Played beyond Keller up to Malichki. Malichki 1 against 2. Malichki makes his move, shoots on Ankrum. The save made the rebound. Played beyond Keller up to Malichki. Malichki 1 against 2. Malichki makes his move, shoots on Ankrum. The save made the rebound. Raiders couldn't get a stick on it cleanly. Now they put it towards.
He was very into the game.
Soroka left circle. Soroka shooting over Ankrum's armpit. The rebound to Gawarek. Gawarek on goal, steered aside by the South Schwartz. And a good many of them should get a healthy dose of ice time in this championship game. Himmler going down. Chiappetta to the corner for Keller. Keller to Chiappetta. Chiappetta for Keller. Keller on his forehand. Shoots on net, and that save is made by Nichols. 20 to go on the Penny power play. Chiappetta through the left circle. Chiappetta behind the net. Chiappetta, cross ice, D'Alessandro shooting, what a save by going down to play this puck defensively for the Lions, turned over to Martin. Martin from the slot area, Martin shooting, Ankrum the save, no rebound.
Good job together, so it's good to catch up with him.
Soroka with a path to goal, Soroka, score! Oh! With 2:09 left in period one. So barring a goal, they'll spend essentially the rest of the period on the man advantage. But here comes Malechki shorthanded. Andrew Malechki has a step on the defense. Malechki coming to the goal. He draws a penalty. Malechki deliberately moves it across the line. In on Ankrum. Save made by Jackson Ankrum. Plays it to Stille just in time. Stille, opposite side for Keller. Keller from an angle, and it's loose. It's still loose. It's not in. The Raiders kept it out.
Just pushing everyone into net. Hope the puck was underneath there.
Approaching the final minute of first period play. Final minute of the South Fayette power play. Chiappetta from long range. That save is made. Chiappetta wants this puck. He surveys. He goes back to D'Alessandro. Back up top to Chiappetta. Chiappetta to the side of the net. Shanked by Keller. Chiappetta to the side of the net. Shanked by Keller. Chiappetta keeps it in at the point, and a penalty coming up on South Fayette, and there goes the power.
Second.
Trevor D'Alessandro, who got caught with his hand in the cookie jar on the play that led to the penalty shot. Keller at the other end, just wide of goal. Oh, Keller, snake bit in the Raiders lead the Lions 1-0, the number 1 seed against the number 7 seed, respectively, in the PIHL's top flight. Marshall Hewitt forces the first save, who incurred the officials' wrath on the play that led to the penalty shot, is still in the penalty box, serving out a hooking minor for the South Fayette Lions as this shot from the championship final. That's been the difference. First period shots on goal were 13-10 in favor of Seneca Valley. Chiappetta, for media, or visit Ironbridge Corp, corp.com for more information. Breakaway for Trevor D'Alessandro to the goal. Score! Don't call my name! Don't call my name! D'Alessandro brings South Fayette even early. Lasky to the rebound for Seneca. A lot of green jerseys down low. This puck batted around in front, and Ankrum right off one of the Raiders, and it bounces conveniently to Murtha. Back to Weston defensively, lead pass to Malechki. Can Malechki redeem himself? It rolled off his stick at the last moment. Lead pass now to Imler. Imler is onside for South Fayette. Has a player cutting to the goal. It's Venom, and that one almost went through. It's blocked in front by one of the Lions. Morin trying to work it to his forehand. He can't. Too much resistance from South Fayette, and this rebound comes right in on Ankrum. Outside in for South Fayette. Raiders killing some more clock. The Lions win the puck battle. Chiappetta turns around and shoots short side. Chiappetta gets rid of it to Keller. Keller from the right circle to Chiappetta. Chiappetta through a crowd. That bounces off of Nick Petter. Quick out to Keller for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro quickly intended for Chiappetta. Interrupted by zone man Stille. Shot from an angle. Penalty coming up. Rain keeps it inside the zone for a hot minute before he has to reset the play at center. Murtha withstands the check. It comes up high and now near side for Garvin. Garvin trying to center for Soroka. From an angle, Ankrum makes that kick save, but down low. 6.5 till the ice cut. Garvin in the left circle. Off of South Fayette, skating right to Jackson Ankrum. The face off, 25 to go on the man advantage. Carter Hone, cross ice to Hewitt. Hewitt surveying the play, back to Hone. Hone tees it up, shoots, save made Ankrum. The rebound the play, back to Hone. Hone tees it up, shoots, save made Ankrum. The rebound is put toward Ankrum again. Ankrum finally able to freeze that puck now against the side of the net. Line change. Gwarek, cross ice for Hewitt. Hewitt to Riffy. Riffy on goal. Ankrum the save, the rebound. D'Alessandro poke check by Carter Hone. Owen Martin now over the attacking line for the Raiders. Martin's drop pass. Shot saved by Ankrum on Cooper Owen. Near side, Murtha reaching. South Fayette controls this puck, but turned it over to Jimmy Murtha. Murtha toward goal. On the doorstep, Malechki. Cross ice pass. Oh, what a save by Ankrum to keep it.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Matt Popcock back at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex with Kevin Zielmanski. After 2 periods of the 2025 Class 3A Penguins Cup Final, the Seneca Valley Raiders and South Fayette Lions have skated to a 1-1 stalemate in front of a capacity crowd here inside the FedEx rink. And we've all been entertained through 2 periods, Kevin Zielmanski.
Yeah, there's only been 2 goals. We talked about this during the game, but there's been a significant amount of action, good plays, some good passing sequences. And right here, you'll see it was a little bit of a good poke check that created that loose puck for Sroika. He's going to walk in over just inside the red line, all the way in on goal. He goes upstairs over the blocker for the opening goal of the game. Unassisted 1-0. And here comes another breakaway. This time it's D'Alessandro for, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Trevor D'Alessandro for the Lions, Matt. He doesn't really make a strong move, but it just kind of rolls off his stick, finds a little space between the pads of Nichols. He gets the second goal of the game, first for the Lions. Seneca Valley scored in the first, South Fayette in the second. We're tied at 1 at the intermission. Looking to see who can break through here to get that lead goal in this 3rd period.
Only 1 assist awarded officially in this game on either goal. That was Eli Petter, the captain for South Fayette, with his 3rd helper of the playoffs on D'Alessandro's goal. Shots through 2 periods of play. Seneca Valley, the scoreboard says 28. Our live score says 29. South Fayette has 20. Both sides agree in that instance. In any event, where it counts, nothing has been decided just yet. South Fayette played in 14 one-goal games this season. They won 9 of them overall. You and I both talked about how both regular season meetings came down to a single goal, and this one feels like it's headed in that direction as well.
Yeah, different games. One was 4-3, the other one was 2-1. The 2-1 was late in the season in February, and this one is following suit there unless we have some sort of high-scoring 3rd period.
Jackson Ankrum follows the bouncing puck to the corner, and we're back to action on the freshly cut ice here in Cranberry Township. Vezio up to center for Imler. Chiappetta plays it beyond the Covestro sign. Of course, the rink next door bears the Covestro name here in this venue. Venom over the attacking line, but Mason Imler had happy feet.
See what team can get on their front foot here early in this third and generate some opportunities. Sometimes, Matt, when you see somebody really push the attack, maybe that opens it up in both directions and we get a free-flowing game. Other times it could be, let's not make a mistake and keep dumping it.
D'Alessandro from an angle, forcing the glove save from Nichols. Nichols with one of the top regular season save percentages, at 934, 936 in the playoffs, so not much has changed, and he's been on his game again here on Championship Monday. Hewitt at center, over the attacking line, dropping for Morin. Morin tees it up and fires over top the head of Jackson Ankrum. Petter tying up Hewitt deep inside South Fayette ice. Petter to the near corner. Vezio trying to play it around Marshall Hewitt. Hewitt tying him up in the corner, trying to buy an opportunity for Soroka to work this puck loose. Mikhail Lobanov in the thick of the puck battle as well. We don't have a whistle yet. We were close to one, but finally it comes up the near boards, and eventually it's controlled by Morin to Hewitt. Hewitt dropping to the point. That goes wide of Ankrum. The release there off the stick of Colin Weston. Lobanov through center. Skating wide with D'Alessandro. Lobanov around Weston. Lobanov behind the net for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro putting it wide. Morin cross ice for Hewitt. Hewitt surrounded by green shirts. Sends it in on Ankrum. Ankrum keeps the play moving. Petter trying to use the boards to his advantage. Gwarek couldn't keep it in the zone. Nikolaski looking for the puck for the Raiders. File finds it for South Fayette. Gwarek up ahead to Riffy. Riffy to the corner. Petter reversing the play to Mash. Near side Hudson. Using the glass to get it up to File. Brody File. Trapped against the near boards by Riffy. Around the boards it comes to Nikolaski. Nikolaski met at center by Hudson from behind. Raiders dumping in behind the Lions' cage. Mash up to Chiappetta. Chiappetta chips it in on Nichols. Nichols well off his line. But no harm done for the moment. Chiappetta from behind the net, trying to go out in front of File. Shot through a crowd, save made, rebound, still loose. And Nichols is able to cover.
Well, that one got a little adventurous for a minute there. The junior goaltender, Nichols, he allowed that one to hit his stick and stray a little bit far from his crease, and he decided, Matt, to chase and play it, which surprised me a bit. Then he was able to get back, but the line circled the net, got it to the point, got it towards the net, and the scramble was on.
Raiders win the defensive zone faceoff. They get it to Murtha, who glances it up to Malichki. Malichki thwarted on a penalty shot. Late in period one by Jackson Ankrum. Dylan Mash trying to home run pass it to Venom, nothing doing. Maxwell sends it the opposite direction for Seneca Valley. Ankrum took his time getting rid of that puck, but does so, and it comes up to Imler, who feeds Venom. Malichki sends it deep for the Raiders. Mash waiting in the far corner, misplayed the puck. Raiders operating in tight. Up to Maxwell it'll come. Maxwell off the body of Chiappetta. Murtha playing it out in front just beyond the reach of the intended target, Martin. Chiappetta counterattacking now for South Fayette. Chiappetta from the edge of the circle, off a skate. And the rebound comes over to Imler. Imler meeting heavy resistance. Raiders try to clear their zone, and they do. Petter has to wait for his tired teammates to get back on side. Soroka up to Hewitt. Hewitt over the line. Hewitt from the circle beyond Ankrum. All the way back to the Seneca Valley blue line for Valleja. Soroka takes the lead pass. Soroka for Morin, right wing side. On goal, save made. Hewitt couldn't smash in the rebound. Lions able to clear it. Chance for D'Alessandro possibly with Lobanov down the middle. D'Alessandro couldn't complete the toe drag and keep the puck at the same time. One touch play by Hewitt to get this puck deep for the Raiders. To the corner for Hewitt. Petter from behind his own goal to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro right in front of both benches, and it's sent back in South Fayette's net. Icing called against Seneca Valley.
Well, we had a couple good sequences. That shot that was wide, Matt, that's why when you shoot from an angle and you don't hit it, rims out. But Seneca was able to pick that up at their own blue line with a good regroup, again get in, and then the defenseman at that left point missed it, and South Fayette came on that 2-on-1.
Imler had his stick tied up by Bailey in front, but he has the puck now for the South Fayette Lions. Played beyond Chiappetta. Romanelli through a crowd, I beg your pardon. That never made it all the way on goal. Riffey counterattacking for the Raiders. Riffey stood up neatly by Mash. Raiders keep this puck. Gwarek off the skate of Kalinko. Imler playing it towards center, but turned it over to Nikolaski. Nikolaski from distance. Ankrum knocks it aside. Romanelli finishing his check in the corner. Raiders may be a bit tired here. Chiappetta and company trying to take advantage, but they can't. Riffey has them stymied inside their own zone. Bailey dumps it into the corner. Mash greeted by Nikolaski. Both get to that puck at the same time. Gwarek unable to keep it in. Delayed icing call forthcoming, and there's the whistle.
Some sustained pressure right there by the Lions. Not really any threatening shots, though. Getting anything around Ankrum, forcing any scrambles there, but it does have the effect, as you mentioned, of kind of wearing them down, using up that energy. And the Lions did go for the change, as did the Raiders.
Malitsky off the face-off to the corner. Garvin trying to play it out in front. Double teamed by Keller and Petter. Seneca Valley fans trying to get their team into this game with 11 minutes left in regulation. We remain tied at 1, and we have a stoppage with exactly 11 minutes showing on the third period clock. The terrestrial clock reads 7:40 Eastern Time. In a little over an hour, the Class A championship game between the Mars Planets and the Avonworth Antelopes. Looking forward to that nightcap.
Yeah, looking forward to that second game of the doubleheader, and I like how you dropped in terrestrial. That was awesome.
From the near side, Garvin absorbs a hard hit from Hudson. Malitsky trying to play it beyond Petter, could not. Retreating defensively is Maxwell. Malitsky, cross ice. Murtha unable to settle it down. Lions gain the red line, send it briefly inside the Seneca Valley stripe. Malitsky in behind the South Fayette net. The Lions control it. And through center, it's played by Petter. Colin Weston giving chase, icing on the Lions.
It was a nice little exit and utilizing the flip, but they just had a little too much steam on it. It's not like the second period where the ice is chewed up a little more and slows that puck down on the icing. That one made it all the way down, so the Lions are going to have to try to win this draw to the right of their goalkeeper, Ankrum.
Petter from behind his own net. Valea defensively off the skates of Weston. D'Alessandro, the other number 19, playing it for the Lions. He's rubbed out of the play, and play continues with 10 minutes left in period 3. That breakout interrupted for a moment by Lobanov. Campbell persisting for Seneca Valley. He's stripped of the puck by D'Alessandro. Raiders are offside.
Matt, that might have been the first regroup here for the Raiders that wasn't clean. They've been very good at getting those retrievals in the neutral zone, going D to D. That time kind of fumbled it a little bit, allowed the Lions to force it back behind the net. Didn't end up on a shot on goal, but You just look, if you're the Lions, you're just looking for that opportunity, and that might have been one there. They weren't able to capitalize.
Bailey with the dump in for Seneca Valley. Morin from the boards. That shot stopped by Vizio before it could get all the way on to Ankrum. Bailey has to go fetch and plays it from behind his own net to Gwarek. Gwarek greeted immediately by a couple of Lions on the forecheck. Soroka with the only Seneca Valley goal thus far, back in period 1. Leads the play for the Raiders this time. He's met by Petter. Puck loose, Vizio trying to play it up the far boards. Near side, Venom. Venom looking for a passing lane. Not many to be found at either end of the ice here in this final frame of regulation. Lions complete a line change. Morin had to reach back to accept that pass. Dumps the puck, and he comes off to complete a Seneca Valley change. Lobanov trying to sneak it up to D'Alessandro. It will not be icing out in front. It comes. Keller couldn't settle it down. Hewitt protecting the puck for the Raiders. Midway through the third period, Hewitt up the left side. Hewitt chased by Romanelli. Hewitt off the side of the net. It's in! Marshall Hewitt in the Lemieux complex does his best Mario impression. The Raiders take the 2-1 lead, and these pretzels are making me thirsty. Marshall Hewitt scoring from an impossible angle that he makes possible. And how about that for getting the playoff point gorilla off your back, Kevin?
Well, it looked like an innocent play, but what do they tell you in these close games, Matt? Get the puck to the net, throw it to the net. The defender cuts off at the post, and they try to exchange from one defenseman to the other, and Ankrum, who has been terrific, allows that one to slip between his skate and that left post, and then it slid along the goal line and turned a little bit to the right and went into the net. 2-1 lead for the Raiders. Nobody feels worse about it than Jackson Ankrum right there.
Well, he's got to heed the words of Ted Lasso and be a goldfish. Still a lot of time left with 8:19 to go, and the Lions have their own share of firepower, but got to find some ice to work with in the Seneca Valley zone to start. And there hasn't been much of that, as I said a moment ago. Both teams dialed in defensively, both goaltenders playing a strong game. Nikolaski off his own bench with room up the left wing boards. Nikolaski toward goal. He's thinking insurance, and Ankrum, that shot handcuffed him, but he did make the save, and Petter helped out with the rebound.
He thought he had it, Matt, and it went to below the goal line. So that one's still in his head a little as he was fighting that shot.
Riffy from the circle. Murtha was open, but he couldn't get it there. Venom to Chiappetta. Chiappetta, his 5 points, the most of any AAA playoff skater coming into Penguins Cup Monday. An obvious candidate to keep the Lions season alive here with time running out in period 3. Petter takes a draw pass. Petter from the circle. Nichols the save. No rebound.
So, man, I wanted to point out one quirk for the Raiders' 2 goals. As well as they've been moving the puck, and I'm sure it pleases Coach Masika and his staff, they're both unassisted goals. They've been passing the puck so well today, and just from 2 little quirks, they're both unassisted.
Soroka in the first, Hewitt here in the third. Hewitt was held to just 2 points in the regular season series, and he has the biggest point of them all to date. Raiders up by a goal with 7 minutes left in regulation, trying to hang on for their second Penguins Cup title all time. South Fayette, they knocked off 2 of the top 3 teams in 2 rounds prior, trying to finish off number 1 here tonight.
Well, now if you're on the bench for the Lions and you're Coach Schwartz and his staff, now, Matt, you're talking about getting your D more involved. They've been giving up the line.
Bouncing puck just wide. Sorry, Kevin. And to your point, Eli Petter, who has been more active offensively this season, fired that puck in the general direction of Chris Nichols, just couldn't get the bounce.
Yeah, try to be more brief on that, but they're going to need to hold the line. They've been backing up, allowing the exits, hold the line, get up in the rush, outnumber them. They got to get more offensive.
Lions from the half wall. Oh, a hard hit there on Chiapetta. Gwarek involved in that play for Seneca Valley. Chiapetta, no worse for the wear. Hewitt speeding to catch up to this puck. Ankrum leaves his net to play it and does not turn it over to Hewitt, despite the speed of the latter. Puck sent out of play in South Fayette ice.
Good decision by Ankrum. Back into the game there. He thought about it, he came out, played it past Hewitt. Thankful that he didn't try to go across the ice in front of your goal mouth. That's a no-no for goalies, Matt. You shouldn't try to go across with the passes, even though he wasn't being pressured over there.
To the point, Carter Hohen. Romanelli in the corner, Nikolaski. Raiders trying to make the clock their friend as much as possible with 6:15 and counting to go. They tie up this puck once again in South Fayette territory. Nikolaski still protecting that disc. Romanelli trying to earn a faceoff. He can't. Cooper Hohn behind the net. Hohn trying to go back to his brother, but the pass was errant. And Nichols will settle it down in his own corner. Nichols has to be careful here with Himmler bearing down on him. But the Raiders, they turn it over to Rygaard. A risky attempt at a zone exit there by Seneca Valley. And the Raiders again in trouble here as Carter Hohn is hit from behind in his own end. Romanelli keeps it for a moment inside the zone, but it's pushed up to center by Riffy. Riffy from the high slot. That handcuffed Ankrum, but he's got it.
Well, you see how Nichols gave a thought of passing that puck in front of his own goal mouth, empty net, and decided against it. He kind of ventured out and stood there for a while as you get a look at the trophy. Down below us, they had it on the screen briefly. They're going to bring it out. This is the time of Lenny Santora to be bringing out the trophy.
Lenny Santora, the keeper of the Penguins Cup, still kicking it, still with us after all these years doing what he does, and we appreciate that greatly. Murtha from distance, steered aside by Ankrum. Martin to Malichki, to Murtha. Mash from his own corner. Petter up to Chiapetta. Chiapetta with a soft flip in. Keller trying to get positioning on his man to get to that puck, but he couldn't. Good work there by Valea. Petter to the corner for Keller with under 5 to go in regulation. Marshall Hewitt's unusual goal has the Seneca Valley Raiders up by 1. Murtha from in front of his own bench. Has company in Malichki. Saucer pass intended. Follow up by Martin. Save it, Ankrum. The rebound. Oh, what a stop by Ankrum! He absolutely robs Malichki to keep it a 1-goal margin.
Well, that's a makeup maybe for the one that trickled through. But this is an example, man, of what I was talking about. They had to hold the line to try to generate some offense. That makes you vulnerable to the counter and an odd man rush, and that's exactly what Seneca got when they were able to get it past that right point man, and Ankrum had to bail him out, and that's what you need from your goalie.
Face-off win by Seneca Valley to Hewitt. Mash to Petter behind his own net. Oh, Ankrum continues to battle, trying to give South Fayette a lifeline and a chance to extend their season. Waiting for one of these teams in the Pennsylvania Cup. This approaching Saturday on the island will be either Holy Ghost Prep or LaSalle College High School from the East in Class 3A. Two fabled Eastern programs there going at it in the Flyers Cup final later this week. That's gloved down by Nichols.
We are a tick under 4 minutes. Time to dip into whatever some of your best offensive zone plays are right here. Chiapetta's going to step into the dot for the Lions. They could switch the defensemen to give their shooters the sticks towards the middle, but they're going to lose the draw to the Raiders.
Nikolaski up to Riffy. Riffy between the circles. Had that puck roll off his stick at the last second. Turned over to Chiappetta. Chiappetta in transition for the Lions. Has Keller going to the goal. Chiappetta from an angle. That centering pass attempt is blocked off. Petter through a crowd. That's blocked by Maxwell. Sliding from his knees. Nikolaski diving to get it up to Riffy. Riffy to Cooper Hone. Hone, poke check by Petter. Riffy off balance. That shot blocked by Petter. Keller from behind his own net to D'Alessandro. We're going to be seeing a lot of those two in these last 3 minutes and 15 seconds, I reckon. Near side, Chiappetta. Chiappetta for Keller. Keller blasts it wide of that top corner. Martin has the rebound for the Raiders. Martin through center, surrounded by green jerseys. Catches up to his own dump it. Malichki watches this puck played up through center. Icing on South Fayette. Venom unable to take the two-line pass.
Some tired players on the ice for the Lions. Not exactly the best decision you want to ice it down one late in this game, but they needed the change, so they had to do it. But you can still generate some offense from a D-zone draw if you win it. Most of the teams, both these teams have been good on the draws when they're in their own zone, and the Lions win this one.
Yeah, normally, as that puck is played off the side of the net and controlled defensively by the Lions, lead pass intended for Lobanov. Normally you can tell when one team is dominating on faceoffs, but I really don't think that has been the case for either team in this game.
Yeah, it's been the defensive teams that have been winning the draws in their own zone for both sides.
Outlet pass to Snyder. Snyder from distance, calmly gloved by Nichols.
Look at the positioning of Ankrum. He's all the way out there to the top of the circles.
Gee, I wonder what he has in mind.
But the weird thing was he wasn't really looking at the bench. He was kind of like following the play, and they're going to bring him, Matt, with 2:19 to go and an offensive zone draw, and no timeout here to set up. D'Alessandro and Chiappetta have had a very short break. That icing pass to Kenham, and here we go, 6-on-5.
Net empty, as Kevin said, down to our right. South Fayette needs a goal to tie, but the Raiders have the puck. Warwick off the boards, rolling just wide of goal, and it will be icing on Seneca Valley.
Well, that was just not a good decision there. Curling on the forehand, I think that was Chiappetta just kind of left it, man. If you don't have a play because you're kind of boxed in at the blue line, go back and regroup. Don't leave the puck there with an empty net, or send it down. And we're going to get a timeout to have a discussion.
Matt Schwartz is going to use his, and we'll remind you that special teams can decide a close hockey game at times, and the advisors at Soleco Capital are a special team. Soleco advisors are leveraged by Soleco Capital to help you take control of the game. They deliver practical solutions to the financial challenges faced by late-stage startup and growth companies. If your brand new business is booming and you're ready to expand, Soleco Capital can give you the support you need to succeed. Visit them on the web at SolecoCapital.com to learn more, and be sure to follow them on LinkedIn. Matt Popcock here with the former coach, Kevin Zielmanski of Bishop Canavan Hockey. Oh, you talked before the game about what it was like to be on those benches during high-stakes playoff games. What are you saying to your team if you're one of these two coaches?
Well, it's very important, Matt. You talk about where you're trying to win the draw and who's going to do what. But you also need to talk about if you lose the draw and how you're going to attack retrieving it. So you got to go over both sides, for sure. But you always start with if you're, when you win the draw, right? If Seneca wins it back, how are they going to try to get out? They're probably going to try a hard rim, put a right defenseman in the corner, hard rim, and try to get a wing over here. South Fayette with an extra guy, they can bring a guy wide and cut off that hard rim. But they're going to also try to get a left-handed shooter coming off the boards over there with a right shot center. He can pull it to the boards.
We're back to action after the South Fayette timeout. The Lions have the puck. Under pressure in the corner. Keller relieves some of that pressure. Centering for Petter to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro pumps, now goes back to Petter. Petter to D'Alessandro. Trevor D'Alessandro, left circle, toward goal off a skate and wide. Petter has to hurry to keep it onside. He does, off of Chiappetta's glove. Net empty still down to our right. Chiappetta kicks it to the corner for Keller. Keller to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro for Petter. Petter toward goal. Nichols, not sure if he got a piece of that or not. Chiappetta on the rebound for the Lions. Chiappetta to Petter. Petter for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro forcing the save from Nichols. D'Alessandro gets the rebound to Petter. Petter to Keller. Keller to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro to Petter. Petter through traffic. That's off a Seneca Valley body. The Raiders clear it. They will miss the empty net, and they will incur another icing call.
They can make a change. It was a good shot block by the defenseman in front. They're getting in the shooting lanes, man. I think Seneca Valley's going to at least try to go alter the point of attack behind the net. The reason you do that, in my opinion, is you force the goaltender to look behind him a little bit, and then you could try to sneak those guys in. Or you got to be shooting for the sides of the net and not right at the net, because they're getting in those shooting lanes and blocking the shots.
Lions win another O-zone faceoff. Chiappetta tees it up. He shoots. Score! Hold the plane for Minkus. The Lions have tied it. 6-on-5. Robert Owen Chiappetta. 2-2. And you better put some respect on all three names.
Well, it doesn't get much bigger than that, Matt. The big face-off win, and the last time we saw him kind of lose it at the top of the blue line, this time he very patiently walks the line. He throws it high at the net. He finds some space through all those bodies right there, and he hits the celebration on one knee coming through the neutral zone. Assist to the centerman that won the draw. With 1:11 on the clock, we're tied at 2.
And for the second week in a row, Chiappetta has a critical third period goal for the South Fayette Lions.
Second of the playoffs.
And boy, does it ever loom large. Keller, top of the circle. Keller shooting on goal with under a minute to go in regulation. We've got a brand new hockey game. There's still time for both these teams. One of the players on both these sides to put on the cape before we go to you-know-what. Here's Malichki behind the South Fayette goal. Malichki up top for Hohen, near side Maxwell. Maxwell shooting off of Ankram's glove. Murtha has the rebound. Murtha harassed by Vizio to Carter Hohen. Hohen behind the net. Under half a minute to play. Petter trying to exhaust the area. Bouncing puck. Lions have it. Chiappetta with D'Alessandro, the dynamic duo on here at the end of regulation for South Fayette. D'Alessandro forcing the save from Nichols. Martin. It's turned over to Keller. Keller fires. Nichols is there. Oh, boy.
Very calmly. Nichols is the most calm person in the building, right there to make that save. But Matt, I want to flash back. If you remember, after the goal, the second goal of the Raiders, Ankram made a couple fantastic saves to keep it a one-goal game, and that's why that's important, so you can get the extra attacker goal.
The Raiders control the own zone faceoff. There's 3 seconds left. Petter won't have time, and 51 minutes were not enough. We head to the Drusky Entertainment overtime in the Class 3A Penguins Cup Final. Marshall Hewitt scored a Lemieux-esque goal here in the Lemieux complex to give the Raiders the lead. Chiappetta scored with his goaltender pulled to extend this contest for the underdog Lions. With Kevin Zielmanski, I'm Matt Popcock. Overtime coming up right after this.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TrustyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today, and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
The Seneca Valley Raiders have played 3 overtime games in all this season. They've won all 3, 2 of them thanks to Carter Hone, including last week's semifinal contest with USC. The South Fayette Lions, they got a goal last week from Owen Chiapetta. Prior to last week, Chiapetta hadn't scored since he scored with the goalie pulled on January 9th, and South Fayette at the time came from behind to win that game. I ain't saying, I'm just saying.
I think here it is, Matt. This is the game-tying goal off of the offensive zone face-off when Chiapetta skating towards the slot area so you could get a rebound. He throws it high, and the Lions fans are celebrating, and we're ready to roll here in overtime.
South Fayette controls the opening face-off of sudden victory OT. It's a full period per PIHL playoff protocol. Bouncing puck in front of the Raiders' net, controlled and sent near side for Hewitt. Hewitt for Soroka. Soroka from the edge of the circle. Behind the net for Hewitt, out in front. That went underneath a stick. That of Bailey. Correction, Soroka.
Good defensive play by Chiapetta to lift the stick.
Gawarek forces this puck to the near side under pressure. Chiapetta camped out at that right point area for South Fayette. He is the reason we are in overtime. Petter with his puck through traffic. Oh, that took a strange bounce. Chiapetta flings it in the general direction of goal. It's loose, and the Raiders control it. Marshall Hewitt across the attacking line. 1-against-1 with Petter. Around Petter. Follows this puck in behind the net. Raiders complete a line change. Carter Hone run into by D'Alessandro. Petter behind his own goal. Turned it over to Malitsky. Raiders in the middle of a change. Shot from distance. Blockered aside by Ankrum. Maxwell shooting that puck for the Raiders. Chiapetta around his own boards. Tried to go to Lobanov. It was intercepted and sent blindly deeper into Lions territory. South Fayette eventually does get the puck back to neutral territory before the Raiders play it toward the line. Murtha gets interrupted. Murtha persists. Raiders have this puck. Murtha follows it and slips it out in front for Martin. Martin couldn't pass it cleanly to Malitsky. Shot from distance, blocked away by Ankrum. Keller unable to clear. Chiapetta providing defensive support. Mash unable to get it out of the area. Finally, it bounces off a Seneca Valley stick. Chiapetta resetting it to his defense.
Some anxious moments for the Lions here, trying to get it out of the zone, and here's the Raiders on the forecheck.
Malitsky forces the turnover. Martin behind the South Fayette net. Raiders hurry to make a change behind the play. Seneca Valley fans want a penalty, none forthcoming. Tyler Maxwell unable to buy himself the icing call. He reverses the play to Bailey. Bailey across two lines for nobody in particular except Luca Romanelli.
Dangerously.
Romanelli inside the Seneca Valley zone. Off the boards. Glove down by Maxwell. Rygaard from the corner. Rygaard checked hard in that corner, worked up to Romanelli. Romanelli's shot blocked. Romanelli through a crowd. Oh, and a kick save there by Nichols. Nate Keller from the high slot. Keller off balance. That shot hit a stick. Lions have this puck played out in front. The Lions are ramming at it. It's still loose. Keller has possession. Through the blue paint it's sent. Imler has it for the Lions. Imler keeps his feet to Rygaard. Raiders clear it, but not out. Romanelli to the corner for Rygaard. Rygaard out in front. Keller can't get there. Romanelli with a keep. Good pressure now by South Fayette early in the overtime. Rygaard dumps it in just as D'Alessandro gets back on side. 200-foot play there will result in an icing call on the Raiders.
Switch sides, long change, just like the second period. The Raiders needed a break, and I think the first time in my life, Matt, after spending many, many hours in a hockey rink, I heard a defense chant that you would hear in a football game or a basketball game. They were chanting defense in hockey. I don't think I've ever heard that.
First time for everything, especially in the Penguins Cup playoffs. Carter Hone from behind his own net. Surveying the play for Seneca Valley, chased by Venom. Outletting to Hewitt near side. Hewitt with the go-ahead goal in period 3 before the Lions tied it late. Ankrum not leaving anything to chance.
Good patience by Hone with the puck behind that net. So, Matt, this is what I think. I'm getting butterflies sitting here, and I'm not even on the bench anymore. Like, having been there and losing games in overtime, I always worry more about the team that loses and how devastating it's going to be. I just don't want it to be a glaring mistake. Make it a good play.
Off the face-off, here's Marshall Hewitt. Hewitt shooting, just missing, and he didn't miss by a lot either. That almost was a good play by Hewitt, and we get a hand pass called on Seneca Valley.
I just don't want some player to have to live with some gaffe, you know, that is a winning goal. If it's a good play, I think everybody can live with that. So that's where mine goes. My mind goes now broadcasting the games versus on the bench. They're trying to keep everyone in. You don't want to shorten it too much. You might need somebody.
My heart is beating like a rabbit, so I empathize, Kevin. Believe me, I do. How can it not? It's been an exciting contest. Out in front off a Raiders stick. Imler from in front of the Seneca Valley bench trying to lead it for D'Alessandro. The pass broken up by Carter Hone. Delayed offside situation allows Hewitt to play it up too far for Soroka, though. Chiappetta inside the attacking line. Cross ice for Imler. Imler toward goal. Chiappetta couldn't get a clean stick on it. Soroka lost an edge. Could be a break for D'Alessandro, but not so. D'Alessandro to the point for Keller. Cross ice. Petter peeling back, giving ground to Morin. Morin winding his way through center. Braden Morin over the line. He shoots wide of goal. Hewitt has the rebound for the Raiders to Morin down low. Morin dispossessed by Keller. Just over 5 into the overtime. Keller over the stripe. Lost the puck. Malichki up to Murtha. Murtha around Mash. Murtha toward goal. Had it roll off his stick at the last moment. Kept at the point by Gwarek, and a save there by Ankrum.
That dipped a little on Ankrum.
Bailey put it off the body of Rygaard. It comes up to Murtha now. Murtha over the line to Martin. Owen Martin to Murtha. Couldn't take the pass. Keller will ice it for South Fayette.
I think he knew he had D'Alessandro on the line change. He just wasn't sure where on the blue line he was. If he was cutting, he would have caught him over on this near side, but he was on the far side in front of the bench. Therefore, he wasn't able to connect on that stretch pass. And every single little face-off in the offensive zone is critical, just like we saw with the extra attacker for the Lions. 11:16 to go here in the first overtime. The EMT needed to run on the ice, get his bag, and run off. There's a little bit of delay for that. Now the official is giving some instructions. He went to the Lions bench, and now he's going to the Seneca Valley bench. You always see that, and a linesman will come over for any conversation, so they have a witness.
Hewitt trying to play it deep for Morin. South Fayette clears its own zone. Bouncing puck to the corner, Romanelli. Up the near boards, D'Alessandro trying to hook up with Rygaard. That outlet pass cut out by Chiappetta. Chiappetta has Kalinko going to the goal. Chiappetta off a skate, controlled by Malichki. Malichki and the Raiders 3-on-2. Centering pass for Hewitt. Hewitt dropping it back. Out in front, Morin shooting it. Ankrum the save, and there is no rebound.
It was there, it just wasn't clean. They needed a left shot instead of a right shot on that last one. They just couldn't. Right there, we get another look. He kind of had to put his blade at his feet. I like the fact that they didn't go for the drop pass, because if you miss the drop pass, the counter is there for your opponent. And now I like this, the Lions are talking to each other. They're setting something up here for the D-zone draw.
Lions win the D-zone draw. Mash reversing the play. Goes beyond Imler. Carter Hone up to his captain. Malichki trying to wind it around Keller does. Malichki dispossessed. Hone backing up the play. Hone left circle to the corner. Martin behind the net. Martin. Oh, try to go back to Hone. The pass too strong. 10 minutes left in OT1. Petter dumps it in off the stick of Carter Hone. Keller giving chase now that the Lions are back on side. Keller pressuring. Malichki with support. Malichki outletting for Murtha. Murtha follows the bounding puck. Petter playing it beyond his reach to Mash. Mash has Imler. Up ahead, doesn't go that way, lost it to Morin. Morin from the circle, off a skate. Poked up to the point. Martin's shot. Oh, that caught something and it went wide. That was Vinny Valea shooting that puck, I beg your pardon. Soroka cross ice. Valea sends it in behind the net to Murtha. Murtha lost it to Petter. Petter off the glass. Icing coming up on the Lions.
Well, the Lions went for a stretch play, and that's the problem, Matt, when you don't connect and they mishandled the puck on the stretch play, you're vulnerable defensively because you got guys out of the zone, and the Lions are shortening the bench quite a bit, and that's why they've gone for the timeout right here with 9:10 to go. Looking for a little breather for some of their top guys. The long change makes a difference.
Both teams have to have some tired legs by now, I would imagine, but especially if you're one of those top players on either side. We have officially reached the screw it, I'll sleep when I'm dead stage of springtime, have we not?
The funnel gets you get shorter and shorter on that bench, and you end up playing the same guys. And then once you don't use a player for a while, it's kind of hard to go back to them and expect them to be into the game. You might have to. It's a real juggling act on the bench management side for the coaches. You know, just issuing some reminders here, some good habits. You don't want to leave the zone too early. You could be I lost the game against Bethel Park in double overtime when they were going for their three-peat. When I was coaching at Central, we snuck out of the zone to stride too high, and they picked off a pass and scored.
Every little play matters. Raiders off the faceoff on Ankrum, and they'll cradle it and hold it. We'll do it again from the same spot.
The point of the story is the details. You can't cheat the details, and you can't look to be the hero. You don't get to pick to be the hero. It'll come to you.
Petter unable to clear the zone. Here's Hewitt from the edge of the circle. Runs into the linesman. Is that a break for South Fayette? Not so. Morin shooting. Oh, that hit the skate of D'Alessandro, I believe, and skittered wide. Off the side of the net. Off the stick of Bailey. Tense moment there, but the Lions do get it back to center. Bailey almost turned it over to D'Alessandro. It eventually finds Soroka, who sends it around the boards. Bailey and the Raiders have to tag up. Bailey will just dump it in. Petter finds it at his feet. Cross ice for Vezio. Lead pass to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro caught up nicely by Malichki. Trailing the play and getting run into is Lobanov. Malichki with the kamikaze maneuver there on Lobanov. Martin with speed. Martin from the circle. Martin behind the net. Wraparound try. Save made Ankrum. The rebound is kept out of there. And we get a whistle as Ankrum's mask has come off.
Can we call what we saw down here a Malichki crunch right there?
We can.
It was two Raiders running into each other. Ankrum immediately jumping up to let the officials know his helmet's off. That's an immediate whistle. And USA Hockey for player safety. They're not going to have a goalie standing back there taking shots without a cage on.
And they're going to take time, if they haven't already, to reset the net behind Ankrum, which came off in the process.
There's not a linesman there to do that, though. The official's there. See if he does it. He's going to check it. He thinks it's good.
So it goes. Raiders with a faceoff when Gwarek upstairs on Ankrum, and Ankrum scrambles to cover. Petter from the corner. Up top to Imler. Imler inside his own zone, met by Cooper Hohen. Keller trying to break through the pressure at his own line. Murtha forces it back into South Fayette territory. Petter turning it over to Martin. Martin right circle. He's dispossessed. Good stick there by Venom. Outlet pass to Keller. Keller on the off wing, chased by Carter Hohen. Keller from the prone position trying to keep the play going and keep this forecheck going for the Lions. Petter involved in the offensive sequence for South Fayette. Venom hustling to get there. He can't. Murtha leads it up the right wing boards for Seneca Valley. Murtha over the line, skating wide. Yard sale in South Fayette ice. Imler had his stick knocked out of his hands. Play continues. Hewitt in behind the net. Petter to Keller. Off the glass, not quite back to center. Kept in by Murtha. Forced up ahead by Keller. Keller one-on-one with Bailey. Keller drag maneuver. Keller peeling back. Keller with space, shooting. I'll take that. Thank you very much, says Chris Nichols.
You can see he was out of gas. He had no energy left in his tank to fly down that left wing right here and let go a big shot. Closed down well by the D right there. So he does a good job to possess it, drive the defenseman back, and then circle high and find some space in a high slot to get that one on net.
Snyder to the corner for foul. Maxwell lights him up like a Christmas tree. Soroka pinning Rygaard against the boards. Lions still have this puck. Foul. Resetting to Mash. Mash wide of goal.
That was
Maxwell.
tipped.
It was. Maxwell's going to ice this puck, I believe, for the Raiders. Yes, he does, with 6:23 left.
The high redirect, sometimes tough for the goalies to see. And that one was not between the pipes, so it went behind the net. Can maybe try to sneak the defenseman here, Matt. Number 11, Snyder to the back post if you win it.
D'Alessandro try to go to the point for Mash. Raiders have the puck. They outlet it near side for Hewitt. Hewitt trying to get a step on Snyder. Hewitt from the right circle for Carter Hohen. Hohen shooting. It's under Ankrum's glove, and Snyder has it. Off the glass, back to center. Valea up to Soroka. Soroka, right wing side, shooting wide of Ankrum. Carter Hohen with another rebound to the corner. Intercepted by D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro to Lobanov. Lobanov from inside the line. Lobanov makes his move but lost the puck. Carter Hohen reversing the play. Hohen drifting to his right. Hohen hits the brakes. Sends it to the corner. Hewitt thought about going for the puck. He was taken out of the play by Mash. Chiappetta looking for room to operate. Hudson, poke check by Maxwell. Set on goal, loud save there by Nichols. Mash doesn't know where that puck is. Martin unable to advance it. Martin at center now for Seneca Valley. Up ahead to Malichki. Malichki for Martin. Final 5 of OT1. Murtha on the doorstep. Here are the Raiders out in front. Gwarek. Gwarek had trouble controlling that pass. Malichki from the circle. Cross ice. Maxwell shooting high and wide. Malichki has the rebound to Gwarek. Gwarek tees it up and hit Martin, and it bounces towards Ankrum. High stick, they say.
Well, the Lions defenseman on the left side took a poor angle to that puck when it rimmed around, and that allowed the Raiders to get there and continue this pressure. Right here, you see that shot from the left point, the right shot. He went with the wrister high. Really had no chance to go in the net, but it was deflected with a high stick, and we're going to get a timeout taken by the Raiders.
Seneca Valley will use theirs. Again, each coach gets one in OT, whether or not they use their timeout in regulation. Seneca Valley 2, South Fayette 2. The Raiders trying to get their coach a ring. He was a two-time Penguins Cup runner-up as a player. The Lions trying to do what not a lot of people thought they could, present company included, in their first season as a member of Class 3A.
And the terrestrial clock has hit 8:24, so I think we're officially impacting the start time of the next game. Those fans are lined up outside, probably waiting to get in, wondering what's happened. Maybe they're tuning into us on their phones. If you are, welcome. We'll see you guys in a few minutes, but this one has been an exciting game. We're tied at 2. Low-scoring game, which I think maybe both of us kind of expected.
I would say so. Just the way they played each other in the most recent meeting and the way South Fayette has tightened things up in the playoffs. South Fayette had a -8 goal differential in the regular season. They've got a +7 goal differential in the playoffs. It's night and day the way they've been able to play hockey, and that's as much a factor as any is why they've made it this far, I think.
Absolutely. You need to do that in the playoffs. There's no doubt about that. And we saw them early on. They were moving the puck extremely well. And they're going to get an offensive zone draw here. Get a chance to set up whatever play they designed. They're both trying to go to the boards right here, Matt.
The Raiders control it. Carter Hone to Gwarek. Gwarek in behind the net. Out in front, it was intended for Malichki. The Raiders unable to execute one way or another.
Matt, they snuck the left winger on the boards around the net. They were going to hit him and touch the pass to the slot.
Murtha, watched by Petter. Murtha in the corner. Petter dislodges him. Hone unable to keep it in off the glove. Hand pass, they say. And so the face-off will come just outside the Seneca Valley line.
Shots on goal now 47 for Seneca Valley, 36 for South Fayette. 83 total shots.
What a way to end the season for, unfortunately, one of these teams tonight. They are really leaving it all out there here in the 3A Penguins Cup final. Near side, Hewitt. Hewitt hit by Vizio. Vizio trying to take the puck. It comes out in front. Morin's shot blocked by Rygard. Vizio and company able to get it up to center. It slipped up ahead, intended for Emler. Emler trying to get positioning on Gwarek. Gwarek greets him. Rygard in the thick of this puck battle, which the Raiders win. And they have room to maneuver this puck up the near side. To center for Gwarek. Gwarek met by Petter. Seneca Valley with it. Played wide of Ankrum. Raiders were looking for a tip. Rygard has this puck for the Lions. Rygard knocked off balance. Play continues. Lions were in the middle of a line change. Lead pass to Hewitt. Lions recover. D'Alessandro with space. D'Alessandro, right circle. D'Alessandro, fan on the attempted shot. Out in front, it bounces to Chiappetta. Chiappetta, right circle, shooting off of Nichols. D'Alessandro from the opposite corner. D'Alessandro to the point. Petter through traffic. It's loose. Up to Nikolaski. Martin has a step. Owen Martin to the goal. Stopped by Ankrum. Raiders in front of their own bench. Bailey looking for this puck. It's off Chiappetta. Valea under pressure from Venom.
Man, I was watching the play. I couldn't tell if Martin was cherry picking or he just executed a line change and happened to be stretching.
Lions try to work that puck loose. Nikolaski hanging around, has it for Seneca Valley. In behind the South Fayette net. Riffy unable to control it. Mash has a step on him, uses the glass to get it back to center. Carter Hone across two lines for Hewitt. Hewitt on one hand. Hewitt behind the net. Petter chasing him all the way. Lions up to center, glove down legally by Venom. Venom for Petter. Petter for Hudson Venom. Venom from an angle. Nichols had that near post protected. Romanelli with the dump in.
Smart. Get the tag up. Get the line change.
That's what South Fayette does. Romanelli sneaks it up ahead to Keller. Keller tied up by Carter Hone. Lobanov unable to come up with a steal there. Seneca Valley back to center. Morin, right side. Morin toward goal. Morin kicked out of there by Ankrum, and the net is dislodged, to say the least.
Well, the Lions were fortunate right there because Santino Vezio almost caught an edge and went down, but he was able to regain his balance and keep that player to the outside for the Raiders, push him a little lower, and he had to come in along the goal line and crash in the net, dislodge the net. There's Jackson Arnhem. He of the 47 saves tonight.
What a game by Ankrum, regardless of how it ends. I mean, you can't say he hasn't done his part to get South Fayette in position to win this game, one way or another.
He's probably kicking himself over that one goal he let in, but he's more than made up for that with some of the fantastic saves he's made.
Most definitely. Vezio up ahead to Rygaard.
Off.
South Fayette gets the memo and they tag up. Approaching the final minute of OT1.
Oh.
Garvin had trouble with the outlet pass. Up into the South Fayette bench it goes.
I believe we're going to get an ice cut in a minute. Gets too choppy to continue playing. I think I should be more on top of the procedures, but I think it's after this first overtime.
Well, assuming it comes to that, we'll wait and see how it plays out. Hewitt bumped off the puck by D'Alessandro. Soroka in the corner. Maybe one of these teams can make it a moot point with 45 seconds left. Raiders win the puck battle. Hewitt resetting to Bailey. Bailey through a crowd. That hit something on its way in. D'Alessandro with it with half a minute to go. D'Alessandro cut up by Morin, and D'Alessandro just had to get rid of that puck. Hewitt from his own zone. Chased by D'Alessandro. Keller swiping at him. Hewitt over the line. Marshall Hewitt, left circle. Good poke check there by Mash. 15 to go. Keller lost the puck to Hewitt. Hewitt toward goal. Ankrum, the kick save. Keller takes his man out of the play with 5 seconds left. The Lions played off the glass, and we will go to a second overtime here in Cranberry Township with still 2 goals to either side. The Seneca Valley Raiders and South Fayette Lions. And indeed, there will be a second ice cut. Double overtime comes back after this extended break. He's Kevin Zielmanski, I'm Matt Popcock. It's PIHL Hockey Night Live at the Class 3A Penguins Cup Final on TenbandTV, presented by Drusky Entertainment.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
Hurries the puck along to Venom. Venom for Imler. Imler for Chiappetta. Chiappetta! Burial! 3-1 Lions. And start Fry on the jumbo homer. Extra crispy, please. Robert Owen Chiappetta, the All-Star, put some respect on all three names. He goes bar down on Cam Junker, and the Lions get an extender with 14:19 to go. Chiappetta's first goal since January 9th for South Fayette. He won the scoring title in the regular season for the Lions, despite scoring only 9 regular season goals. His 23 assists were the difference. Lions control it. Chiappetta off the boards, 5 seconds left. And you can spit shine your shoes, Fayette Township. The South Fayette Lions are returning to the Lemieux complex to play for the Penguins Cup Championship. Final score, South Fayette Lions 4, the North Allegheny Tigers 2, and once again, Matt Schwartz is a giant killer. Schwartz and the Lions, now 12-10 overall on the year. They will play Seneca Valley next Monday at 6:15 for the Penguins Cup Class 3A Championship at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry Township.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
51 minutes, not enough. We head to the Drusky Entertainment overtime in Game 1 of the Penguins Cup Class 3A semifinals. Intended for Rankin. Seneca Valley intercepts. It comes near side, intended for Malichki, but sent the other way by Schuster. Yili at center ice, off one of the Raiders. Martin plays it around Schuster. Bouncing puck right to Yili. Inconvenient bounce. Murtha takes it away to Martin. Martin to the corner for Murtha. Murtha couldn't send it to Malichki out in front. Malichki on his backhand. Up top. Hone shooting. Score! Carter calls game, and you better call the Doubletree and tell him Popcock sent you. The Seneca Valley Raiders are headed to the Lemieux Complex for the Penguins Cup Championship game next Monday night. Carter Hone's second overtime goal of the season wins the Penguins Cup semifinals for the Seneca Valley Raiders. Final score, Raiders 3, Upper St. Clair Panthers 2. Hone the game winner with 13:38 remaining in overtime number 1. An amazing start to semifinal Monday. The Panthers that close to pulling off the upset, but the top seed survives and advances to Championship Monday, next Monday.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
What a wonderful day!
Welcome to Temple Strength and Sport Performance, where we empower you to reach new heights in strength, speed, and athletic performance. Temple is here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, join him in Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania, and discover the difference. For more information, call 412-527-1755. Start your journey with us today.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Back here at UPMC 66, 68 minutes have not been enough for a winner in the Class 3A Penguins Cup Final. Kevin Zielmanski here with me, myself, and I, Matt Popcock. He's going to tell you how we got to this point.
Yeah, let's review these goals. We had 4 of them so far. You're going to see in the neutral zone here a good stick by Seneca Valley. He's going to create a loose puck, and it's going to be Soroka who's going to walk right down Broadway unimpeded for the breakaway goal. 1-0 Seneca Valley. And then you're going to see right now D'Alessandro come down all by himself, and he's able to tie it up at 1. You see the fans celebrating right there. So 2 breakaway goals. That one was assisted by Pelter, and we are tied that way at intermission. And right here is going to be the bad angle goal for Hewitt for the Raiders. He was able to circle to that Marshall Hewitt. He throws it at the feet of Ankrum, and it just trickles through the post and the skate and over the goal line. 2-1 Raiders. And that way, it was that way until deep into the third period. The goalie pulled with the extra attacker, offensive zone face-off. This time I get it right, it's Chiappetta. He walks to the slot area in the high slot, throws a high shot, finds its way through, Matt. We were tied at 2. No score in the last minute of regulation. No score in 17 minutes of the first overtime. We just flooded the ice, and the guys are back on. We're ready to go for overtime number 2.
Chiappetta, one of last year's stellar 6 honorees, which I should mention with Keith Barnes seated all the way down to my left. Now a 7-game point streak for the alternate captain of South Fayette. His goal assisted by D'Alessandro, who now has points in 5 straight, including regular season and playoffs. But it's usually one of the under-the-radar players at this point that ends up wearing the proverbial cape.
Yeah, and frequently you do see that, Matt, where you see someone that maybe isn't the focus of the defense, maybe isn't at the top of the scoring leaders, but they figure out a way to make a play. They're maybe find a little bit more free space because they're not one of the focused targets of the defense of your opponent, and you get to be the hero. And that's an amazing thing for the goal scorer. It's going to be chaotic. Something's going to happen. We're going to score. We're going to have a lot of noise. We're going to have sticks and gloves everywhere. We're going to have heartbreak. We're going to have trophy presentations. We're going to have fans running for the exits. And they're going to beeline somewhere to do some interviews with the goal scorer and the coach. So stay tuned for all that. It's going to be quite the scene here when this one ends.
Ideally, at this time, we would be bringing you the start of the Class A final between Mars and Avonworth. Shows you what we know. If you want to make the hockey gods laugh, tell them your plans.
Somebody's clicking on those apps and those links wondering, where's the game? It's 8:45. We'll get there. Just give us a little bit more time.
Double overtime underway here at the Lemieux complex. The Raiders move it left to right. Murtha goes after it. Petter from behind his own net for South Fayette. Imler, one touch to Chiappetta, punched ahead for Venom. Venom quickly dispossessed by Carter Hone. Cross-ice pass intercepted by Malichki. Knocked down by the raised stick of Petter. Murtha yielding. Lions methodically bringing this puck up to center. Petter giving ground. Cross-ice to his defensive partner, Vezio. Now Petter once again to Imler. The pass too heavy. Hone through center. Poke check by Keller. D'Alessandro on here. He's knocked down. Play continues. Flipped up to center. Mash. Check by Soroka. Soroka trying to play it in front of the Lions bench. South Fayette advancing this puck as far as the Seneca Valley bench. Here comes Soroka. Soroka for Morin. Morin shooting, blocked away by Ankrum. 2 big saves in as many overtime periods by the sophomore. South Fayette in transition. D'Alessandro, and that's hugged by Chris Nichols at the other end.
Everybody's just looking for that little mistake that they can exploit. That little errant pass turnover that generates the opportunity to go in the other direction. That's why you got to be cautious. You got to be on your puck management decisions. Decision making is key.
Bouncing puck, File. Unable to keep it in the zone. Snyder, the varsity newcomer, slips it deep into Seneca Valley territory. Bailey around the boards to Morin. Morin sailing that puck just beyond Snyder. Snyder has to hurry. He gets there before Hewitt does. Turnover to Morin. Morin knocked off the puck immediately by Snyder, recovering. Snyder pivoting inside his own zone for Romanelli. Outlet for Hudson. He lets it go to Keller. Keller makes his move. Keller from the circle. Keller shoots on Nichols, and Nichols has it.
Right defenseman for the Raiders, overcommitting to come too wide. Keller was able to exploit that and turn it over. Right here, gets caught under, reaching, moving to the left. Keller turns it over onto the backhand, was able to beat that defenseman, walk in, get a decent shot. Not a great shot. Here's a good win.
Imler off a couple of skates. Murtha up to Martin. Martin trying to split the defense. He does, but Ankrum, playing well off his line, helps get the puck back to center for South Fayette. Carter Hone off one of the Lions and into the South Fayette bench.
It's an attrition now, Matt. You could see the fatigue. I think you see it a little more on the Lions than you do the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going a little bit deeper into the bench.
Fisher off the South Fayette face-off win, dumps the puck. Nichols settles it down for his defense. Chiappetta on the forecheck, but Nikolaski has it at center for the Raiders. Hewitt playing it blindly right to Eli Petter, the South Fayette captain. Chiappetta near side up to Venom, kept in by Maxwell. Maxwell floats it in on Ankrum, who will freeze it.
Not saying it was the wrong decision. It might have been a little better if he was able to move it, but he read it, wasn't comfortable, holds on to it. As you see the teams getting ready to play the next game, they're out watching. They want to see what happens. Not every coach would allow their team out there to watch.
Some more dressed than others. Avonworth, the Lopes are ready to go. I'm sure the Mars Planets, wherever they are getting ready to go as well.
Yeah, that's tough on them. Could be the second of a doubleheader when it goes into overtime.
Hopefully worth the wait. Planets and Lopes coming up next. D'Alessandro over the line for South Fayette. He shoots on Nichols, and Nichols standing up Tom Barrasso style, freezes it.
Standing up, he had that glove out like a first baseman. There you go, you get a look at the Mars Planets. They're going to be wearing the white tonight as the lower seed, or the higher seed, depending on how you want to describe it, the lower number.
Petter through a crowd. That hit something on its way toward goal, and it bounced conveniently to Hewitt. Up for Soroka. Lions get it back through center. Raiders just completed a line change. Carter Hone over the line. Hone from the high slot. Wide of Ankrum. Nikolaski going after the rebound. He's taken out of the play by Keller gets that puck up to center. Carter Hone over the attacking line for the Raiders. Wide of the South Fayette goal. Kalinko left wing side. Chased by Cooper Hone.
And the Raiders, quick trigger on the music.
He thought we had an offside called. That was not the case, I can assure you. Murtha, a little too far for Martin. And this will be icing. Go ahead, Austin.
Go ahead, Austin. Hit the music now.
Austin McLean again on public address with us for both games tonight, as he will be tomorrow night for Fox Chapel Cathedral Prep and Morgantown Burl in the PIHL Division II final. Raiders win the own zone faceoff. Maxwell off a Seneca Valley stick and back to center. Maxwell going D to D with Valea. Up to center for Martin. Martin on the off wing. Martin hits the brakes to Murtha. Fan on the attempted shot. Murtha following this puck, but it goes to the corner. Malichki under duress in the corner for Murtha. Chiappetta plays it off the protective netting off of Martin's stick, and this faceoff will come outside Lions territory.
Tyler Maxwell somehow lost an edge and went sliding across the blue line from his left point to his right point. Very heads up and aware. He tells his partner, Valela, to switch sides while he's standing up because that was the puck side, strong side, and they want to be able to hold that. So good communication between deep partners right there.
Valea off the draw to Maxwell. Maxwell with a dump in, and the dump in goes way over Ankram's head off the protective netting.
53-39 shots on goal now. You can see it's the Raiders stretching it out a little more. They had that good regroup again right there. Pass through the neutral zone, generating that attack. We saw that a lot early in this game. Getting back to it. They generate their offense from good passes more than individual efforts.
Morin across the attacking line on Ankram, who makes that save. His season high prior to tonight was in the 40s. That was eclipsed some time ago.
You know, I say that, and the Raiders got a shorthand, a breakaway goal, and one where they held it, circled the net, and threw it at the feet. Both good individual plays. And now they're going to step into the offensive dot.
Soroka against Chiappetta. This one belongs to Chiappetta. Vezio up the right boards for Emler. Emler couldn't take that pass. Bailey surveying the action. Near side for Morin. Morin dumps it in behind the Lions' cage. Petter to the corner. Chiappetta wanting his way up towards center ice. Chiappetta building momentum. Chiappetta beyond Morin. Morin takes away the puck, however. Soroka up to Hewitt.
3-on-2.
Hewitt and the Raiders deep in South Fayette territory. Out in front it comes. It bounces right back to Hewitt. Hewitt unable to center it. Petter. Colm sings down and sends it through center. No icing, says this USA Hockey crew, with 11:20 left in the second OT. Malichki up for Murtha. Romanelli defensively for the Lions. Up it comes now to Jimmy Murtha. To Malichki out in front. Martin couldn't locate it. Gwarek pinching. Petter for Romanelli. To D'Alessandro. Near side Keller. Up to Venom. Venom. Off the goaltender stick of Nichols. Maxwell up the boards. Maxwell taken off the puck. To the point it comes for Hewitt. Hewitt on Ankram. He knocks it aside loudly. Malichki with a steal. To Hewitt. Hewitt cutting toward the net. He's dispossessed. Keller and the Lions come back to center. D'Alessandro pressing forward.
Oh.
Keller makes his move. Keller fires off a body, and it floats in an awkward manner in on Nichols, who hangs on.
Nichols had to hang with the change of direction and the change of speed. Nice move right here. That forward back can't allow that cutback, and that deflection changed the speed on Nichols, and good on him to move that glove hand across body and basically backhand that one, Matt.
Lions trying to get personnel organized before this offensive zone face-off. Chiappetta wins it to the boards for Lobanov. Lobanov firing, blocker save Nichols.
He moved that guy, Matt, because he wanted a left shot over there.
Nikolaski around Chiappetta. Chiappetta has the last laugh. Valea up to Soroka. Soroka, edge of the circle. Centering past Nikolaski. Denied by Ankrum. The rebound. Hone shooting. That's blocked. Hone again. And it trickled wide. A frantic sequence there with under 10 to go in OT2. Lead pass to Soroka. Soroka, right wing. On goal. Ankrum going to settle it down.
Woo. If you're a Lions fan, as you see the entry right there into the slot, you can't allow that slot shot. And then it went over to the other side. Ankrum had to push off, get over to the other post. Puck went back against the grain and just missed the post, and they're going to try a set play here.
Bailey from the neutral zone, inside South Fayette territory. Snyder to center beyond Imler. Bailey's going to play it one more time across two lines for Cooper Hone. Hone sends it to the corner. Morin after the puck. Petter got there first. Petter under pressure, reversing the play to Chiappetta. Correction, Imler outletting the center for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro splits the D but forgot the puck. Keller with a steal. Keller had Petter open. Keller turns around and shoots it, and it's frozen by Nichols.
We are now under 9 minutes here in overtime number 2. And we're really no close to settling this one, Matt.
The pendulum just keeps swinging back and forth, back and forth. An epic battle between a high seed and a low seed in Class 3A. Maxwell reversing the play to Tyler Garvin. For Malichki. Malichki around a man. Malichki from the circle. Ankrum's got it. And he'll freeze it.
Nice job by Malichki there to get that defenseman crossing over left to right. You'll see him. He gets him caught in a C-cut. He's backing up. He gets him leaning one way. It gives him the old shampoo, head and shoulders fake the other way. He gets that shot on. That was close, but Ankrum made the save. His 56th save as you get a look at Coach Masika real quickly.
100 total shots on goal in this Penguins Cup final game. Which one will be the one that matters? Petter from behind his own net, reversing for Rygard. Rygard turned it over to Murtha. Murtha couldn't shoot it. Murtha gets it back. Murtha toward goal. Followed up by Garvin. Garvin the shot. That save made by Ankrum. Kept in by Maxwell. Maxwell the release. That hit something on its way toward goal. Malichki on this puck for the Raiders. Malichki for Maxwell. Maxwell shooting. No goal. It's loose. Is it in? No, it's not. Somehow it was kept out. And the Raiders can't believe it as the net behind. Jackson Ankrum is well off the moorings. What chaos.
The fans of the Seneca Valley Lions, they won a penalty shot for knocking the net off. So there was a shot block. You saw it right at the beginning of that sequence. Excuse me, the Lions player slid, knocked down the defenseman for the Raiders. The defenseman for the Raiders got up quicker than the attempted shot blocker, was able to get the puck, Matt, and walk right down the slot, and he hit the crossbar.
The Raiders finding metal but not mesh with under 8 to go in the second overtime. Morin outlasted by Romanelli. Lobanov up to Keller. Keller threads it to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro from an angle, in on goal, save made by Nichols, and Nichols is run into now by Keller, trying to make the gritty play.
You got to get it to the net, and you got to go to the net. And there's a nice dump in right there, and a retrieval. It doesn't go all the way below the goal line, and D'Alessandro is able to get it into the low paint where his teammate is crashing. But he knocks the net off in the process of getting to the net. So it's going to come outside the defensive zone into the neutral zone for both teams.
Retreating is Dylan Mock, icing on the Raiders. Dylan Mash and his Lions club earning an offensive zone faceoff. .40 saves and counting for number 40, Chris Nichols. He may have to make a few more for his team to hoist the Penguins Cup. Petter to the corner.
Smart play there.
Bailey with his back to the play, trying to play it for the Raiders. Turned it over to Imler. Lions operating down low. They try to get it up high to Petter, but it goes the length of the ice.
I was wondering if he was going to try to pick that one up behind the net.
Ankrum had trouble with that one, and that could have been disaster for the Lions. Murtha out in front for Martin. Martin couldn't get around Petter. Rygaard providing support in the corner. Up ahead to Kalinko. Bailey waiting at his own blue line, paired with Vallejo. Matt Bailey out for Murtha.
Oh.
Petter takes it over as Rygaard has run into it his own blue line, and he's hurt. Petter across the line, shoots it on Nichols. Nichols the save, and Rygaard doubled over, getting back to the South Fayette bench.
He was taken out like you would be at a Mike's practice. Sliding along the ice, taking out his legs. You land on those elbows, the tailbone. That's not fun.
The South Fayette coaching staff is trying to get the attention of the on-duty EMT, yes. The Lions, so long as they've got some time to kill, talking things over before this face-off in Raider territory.
Love to see that. Communicate where you're going to try to win it, where you might try to pass it. That's what you got to do.
Lions win the face-off. Petter to D'Alessandro on the half wall, to Eli Petter, through a crowd on goal. Oh, Nichols made that save. Raiders muscle their way out from behind their own net. D'Alessandro flags it down at center ice. Lead pass to Chiappetta. Chiappetta into the glove of Nichols. Chris Nichols taking charge for his team with 6:15 left in OT2.
Trying to get a look at the bench at Rygaard. Rygaard appears to be laying down flat with the EMT working on his back somehow or something. It's hard to see below there. Face off again for the Lions in the O-zone.
To the boards it'll come. Maxwell gets there first for Seneca Valley. Hewitt up to center for Riffy. Played up to D'Alessandro. Carter Hone over the attacking line. Hone above the circle. That shot blocked by Vezio. Petter from the near corner up to Venom. Venom for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro on the off wing. Hits the brakes. Tries to center for Chiappetta, surrounded by white jerseys. Marshall Hewitt on the counterattack. Hewitt trying to drop to Riffy, but gave it right to Petter. Petter over two lines. Bouncing puck. Trying to hook up with Keller. Raiders on the counter. Riffy poke checked. Back to center it'll come.
Man, if one team starts trying to stretch, that'll end this game because there'll be a mistake made one way or the other.
Lobanov follows the bouncing puck. Lobanov backhanded it wide of goal. He gets it back. Lobanov turning around and firing it through the sea of humanity. It comes out to the near side. Glove down by Murtha. Slick play there. Can he get around Petter? Petter rides him into the corner. Gwarek. Lobanov trying to connect with Keller, icing on the Lions.
I think they're going to need some DoorDash delivery to the bench. These guys are going to need some fuel as much as they can get. Run it over from the snack bar.
I almost did that during the overtime ice cut. I'm going to need some extra fuel here too pretty soon. Off the face-off, it comes to the point, and it's settled down by Keller in his own zone. Under 5 to go in the second overtime. Lead pass too far for Kalinko. Kalinko interrupts the outlet, however, and Nichols knocks it to the corner for Weston, his defenseman. Weston and Bailey, the duo out here for Tyler Masiska. Kalinko interrupted the breakout. Raiders with all kinds of oopsie daisies on that sequence, and it goes out of play eventually.
Well, Matt, as sharp as these two goalies have been, somebody's going to have to make a play. Maybe get a deflection that's a bad bounce, which means you got to throw it in the general vicinity of the net. You got to get it at the net.
We've entered silly season. I concur. It's going to take something silly, so to speak, to win it feels like.
It is, and I'm running out of ways to kind of describe it.
Venom for D'Alessandro for Chiappetta. Chiappetta cutting toward goal. Chiappetta shoots. They made Venom fan on the rebound. It came underneath his stick, and the net behind Nichols is dislodged. The faceoff will stay in Seneca Valley territory.
Oh, Venom had an opportunity right there to end it. Got to get your stick down, Hudson. It was in the air. You got to have it down going to the net for that loose rebound. When you're leaning on that stick, Matt, that's when you slam it home. It's kind of hard to quickly put it down and then slam it home.
False face-off. The on-duty EMT in haste, repairing to the Seneca Valley penalty box. Take two. Raiders win it, but they can't clear it. Petter for Chiappetta. Chiappetta double teamed. Petter flips it inside the offensive zone, but the Lions are gonna punt on this one, if you will. Raiders able to get it just beyond their own line. South Fayette has to tag up. Hewitt from deep in his own zone, up the left wing boards. Romanelli trying to stay with him, and one of the linesmen going down in front of the South Fayette bench. Hewitt follows the puck in behind the South Fayette goal. Romanelli defensively for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro for Venom. Venom 1 against 2. Venom from the prone position stays with the puck. Nothing called. South Fayette fans wanted the penalty there.
So did the bench.
Malichki at center. Malichki over the line for Morin. Good stick there by Venom. Keller lost it. Imler backing him up to Keller. Keller, good hit there by Gawarek. Valea to the corner for his defenseman, Gawarek. CJ Gawarek.
He's got some juice, Matt.
Up through center. Left side to Martin. Martin firing. Ankrum has it in that left hand.
I thought Gawarek was going to continue down the center of the ice and slam home the rebound. It looked like it was setting up for that. Well done by Ankrum to steer this rebound away from the slot area, because Gawarek had the big rig running right down the middle of the ice with some momentum.
Avonworth doesn't need to do any film study before states. They can just watch this game. This counts toward film study. I'm calling it right now.
We might be on in the locker room somewhere.
I wouldn't put it past them. 2.5 to go in OT2. D'Alessandro tied up by Bailey. D'Alessandro with it. Malichki trying to force it outside his own zone. Lions persistent on that puck. D'Alessandro for Chiappetta. Chiappetta couldn't hang on. Petter at center ice. Inside the zone. Rygard got back on side. Chiappetta up ahead of the play for the Lions. The Raiders send it around their own boards. Imler with the turnover. Couldn't control it. Owen Martin cleaning up that little mess. Martin skating wide for Seneca Valley. Martin, right circle, tried to go between the legs. One too many moves there by the Seneca Valley junior. Maxwell with the dump in. Final minute and a half thereabouts of overtime number 2 here in Cranberry. Keller over the line, poke check by Valea. Maxwell to the corner. Up ahead it comes, Morin giving chase. Petter near side. Valea at center. Good check there by Petter. Snyder. Petter Couldn't exit the corner. Morin in there with Cooper Hone. Raiders making a change behind the play as the puck battle rages on. Snyder prevails. Imler one touch to Keller. Keller stays with it. 2-on-2 with Venom. Keller shoots it wide. Venom gets to the rebound, but he's met immediately by Cooper Hone.
They're exhausted.
They are. Murtha flips it beyond Petter. And both these teams running on fumes with 34 ticks to talk in the second overtime.
They're going to need to start going a little deeper into the bench. If we get to overtime 3, Matt, I would not be surprised if the officials say, okay, they're going to find something to call and give each side a penalty. We got to stay on schedule. We're going to be here all night.
Chiappetta goes down. Chiappetta worked over with a stick. Could we have that penalty coming up here? Chiappetta still down on the ice. Stays with the puck. The Raiders win that battle when we play on. Hewitt through center. Over the line. Marshall Hewitt's backhander blocked by Petter. At the side of the net, Ankrum was ready with 8 seconds left. Cross ice it comes to Bailey. Bailey fires wide of goal. Garvin the rebound on net. Ankrum the save. And we will play a third overtime in the Class 3A Penguins Cup final.
Take a break, Matt.
We will, and we'll come back with OT3 with Kevin Zielmanski, Matt Popcock on TenbandTV. Penguins Cup Finals presented by Drusky Entertainment.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Drusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit DruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
And it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. The Penguins Cup Championship show. The Penguins Cup playoff show. And the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show. Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information system
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
This is not the longest game in Pennsylvania history, Kevin Zielmanski. I'm Matt Popcock, by the way, but we are now witnessing the longest Class 3A Penguins Cup final of the PIHL era as OT3 starts. In behind the Seneca Valley goal it goes. Raiders break it out to center. Soroka with speed, met by Petter. Soroka out in front, off a stick, it's loose. Venom plays it to the near circle. Soroka dispossessed by Chiappetta in the corner. Chiappetta, who had the goal with the goaltender pulled late in regulation to get us here for South Fayette, goes near side of Venom. Venom with the chip in. Outlet pass near side finds Hewitt. Hewitt had the go-ahead goal in period 3 for Seneca Valley. Malichki in the corner. Turned it over to D'Alessandro, who was trying to do just that. Lobanov at center ice for the Lions, but has no company. Now he does in Keller. Too many white jerseys in his path. Keller takes it away. Keller with space. Keller shoots. Nichols a save. And there is no rebound.
Get a look at this one right here. Puck battle along the wall. It's going to come to Keller. He's going to be able to move it from the backhand to the forehand for the shot before it gets dumped. If I'm Coach Black or Coach Chiusano, I don't know if I'm really excited about that player standing on their feet all this time, right? Get tired by just standing. I mean, you and I have just been standing. We haven't skated any shifts. It gets tiring.
They're as mesmerized as we are, I suppose. Martin to the corner for Nikolaski. Nikolaski harassed by Mash. Nikolaski cross ice for Bailey. Bailey shooting. Oh. It's deflected high and wide. Brody File sends it the full 200 feet. Icing on South Fayette early in the third OT.
So this is a good play by the Raiders, right? They dumped it in. They won a foot race. I believe that was 91 Martin that got to the puck first. They were able to get it back to the point on the strong side, or up to the wingers, swing it to the weak side D, who was wide open, and then Matt, after the pass, they went to the net and was able to redirect it. Change of eye level for Ankrum, and it went over to the net.
Gwarek in behind the net. Raiders play it out in front. Of save is made by Ankrum on the backhand. It's still loose, kicked around by Petter to the boards for Bailey. Petter behind his own net. Martin in there fighting for possession for the Raiders, but it comes back into Seneca Valley ice. Bailey on his horse around the boards for Gwarek. Near side Martin. D'Alessandro turning around and dumping it in behind the Raiders goal. Gwarek up ahead to Nikolaski. Malichki follows it over the line. Malichki for Gwarek. Gwarek fires off of Ankrum. Thought for a moment that was going to be it.
Quick reaction. Blocker saved by Ankrum. And what that tells me, Matt, is he's still mentally locked in after being on the ice since 6:15. It is now 9:21. Facing 63 shots on goal. He was locked in and saw that one.
I don't know where my 3-year-old daughter gets her energy. I don't know where these guys get the energy either. Chiappetta over the attacking line for the Lions. Chiappetta skating wide, shooting on Nichols, and Nichols will freeze it.
Well, I'm starting to wonder if the wheels of the league, the powers to be, are wondering if we're going to get that next game in tonight.
Shot off the body of Chiappetta. And out of play it will go. Dylan Mock Down low for Venom. Taken over by Cooper Hohen. Back to center, intended for Hewitt. Taken the other way by Imler, just barely onside, but Imler can't retain the puck. Braden Morin up the right wing. Poke check by Mash. Hewitt in the corner. Out in front, a host of Lion defenders helping out their goaltender Ankrum. Hudson Venom with it from center. Sleds it around the defender. Venom, bottom of the circle, shooting. It's loose in front. Venom shooting again. Nichols still trying to freeze that puck, and he does inside the blue paint. Some of these youngsters in the student section out past curfew, got to think about that too.
Well, it is St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
And the Lions are wearing green, and they're looking for a bit of the luck of the Irish right now to put one home on that scramble. I thought maybe Venom was going to try to turn it over on the backhand and go for the far post instead of going through all those bodies, but no goal was scored, and the Raiders have possession.
Bailey up to center. Martin unable to advance the puck. Gwarek from inside his own line flips it toward Malichki. Malichki settles it down and enters the South Fayette zone. Martin unable to control that puck. Glove down by Malichki. Malichki cutting toward the cage. Oh, what a stop by Ankrum! Jackson Ankrum saving the season for the South Fayette Lions.
Caught behind the defense right there. Ankrum held his position, and he gave him a little taste of leather with the glove save.
Well, if anyone in white is owed a goal, if you will, it would certainly point toward Malichki. He's had chance after chance in this game, including a penalty shot early on.
Good reverse right there. Well done by the Lions.
D'Alessandro, near side. Warwick inside his own zone, uses the boards, gets it up to Morin. Hewitt hustling toward this puck. Petter gets there first, but Hewitt has it. Marshall Hewitt trying to center for Morin. From one knee, Bailey's able to get it to the corner. Nikolaski unable to center it. Gwarek from distance. That went wide of Ankrum. Comes out the other end to Hewitt. Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning, scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again. Marshall Hewitt, the third period goal and the golden goal. Tyler Masiska is finally going to get that ring.
Matt, I was waiting for a break to not interrupt you, but on the tip of my tongue I was going to say Carter Hewitt seems to have some juice, and the captain delivered for the Raiders. If you're a Raiders fan, you don't have to go home, but you got to get up out of here because we got another one to play.
Junior forward Marshall Hewitt, 17 points during the regular season. He was a great playmaker, but scored only 4 goals. None in these Penguins Cup playoffs until tonight. He gave the Raiders the lead. He wins them the game in triple overtime, and thus ends the longest Penguins Cup final in PIHL Class 3A history. And to Matt Schwartz and the South Fayette Lions, I don't think you have a whole heck of a lot to complain about. This was a heck of a hockey game and an amazing run by an under-the-radar hockey team.
Let me correct myself. I think I called him Carter. Marshall Hewitt with the game winner. But you're right. Fabulous hockey game. South Fayette was terrific. Matt, somebody won the game. They didn't lose the game.
Agreed.
And I don't think you can ask for anything more than that if you're here watching it. Of course you're distraught if you're a South Fayette Lions player, coach, or fan. But they were fabulous. It was a great game. It's unfortunate, but somebody had to win the game, and Marshall Hewitt, he had the juice on the forecheck. He curled out of the corner. Nobody cut him down into the slot area, and he fired it up over the blocker side of Ankrum, and the Raiders win.
South Fayette's season ends at 12-11 overall. The Raiders now 18-5 overall. They are Penguins Cup champions for the second time in program history, for the first time since Anthony Rako finally led them to a title in 2018. And so the 5-year itch, as it were, or the 7-year itch, has been scratched. The handshake line commences. The number 1 seed, after over 90 minutes of hockey, right around 90 minutes of hockey in all, they survive. And the Seneca Valley Raiders, under first-year head coach Tyler Masiska from the Seneca Valley class of 2010, are your 24-25 Penguins Cup Class 3A champions. Once again, the final score, Seneca Valley 3, South Fayette 2 in triple overtime. And either Holy Ghost Prep or LaSalle College High School await the Raiders in Saturday's Pennsylvania Cup game at the RMU Island Sports Center's Clearview Arena. It'll be the final game of state championship Saturday. But first, they're going to celebrate, and they're all going to get some sleep, I'm sure.
We know we had a long one, 3 hours and 14 minutes.
Just want to know where the party is.
It'll be somewhere in the Cranberry, Zelianopel area. I'm going to take a wild guess at that one. Or Harmony Borough, even. Got a lot of businesses popping up in Harmony Borough these days.
You guys came in as the 7th seed. You guys had to pull off some major upsets, take down some major teams to get this far. Unfortunately, runners up tonight, but the growth of this program at South Fayette, with how little time it is taking, you guys just took on the number 1 team in AAA and took them almost 2 games worth. Let's hear it for the Lions. Seneca Valley. It's been a little while since we've been in this part. I know we didn't go almost 2 games worth last time, but you guys started at the top. You guys stayed at the top all year. You guys stayed focused on playoffs, and you guys played one of your best games of the year against one of the hottest teams coming into these playoffs. And it's been almost a decade, but will the captains please come up and accept the Penguins Cup?
There's Lenny Santora, dressed appropriately and with the white gloves.
And he is joined by Seneca Valley's leadership group, Captain Andrew Malichki, alternate captains Marshall Hewitt, the overtime goal scorer, and Jimmy Murtha. So Malichki doesn't get that elusive goal in the Penguins Cup final, but I'm sure he'll take the win all the same. The Raiders hoist the Penguins Cup for the first time since 2018. And here comes the celebratory skate for their student section and fans. At some point, before these players graduate, the Avonworth Antelopes will take on the Mars Planets in the Class A Penguins Cup final. The Lopes are going for their first ever title. The Planets going for their 5th in club history and first in exactly a decade. That will be an interesting game when it eventually gets going here at the Lemieux Complex. But right now, the Raiders, after a long, long wait, are celebrating with the Penguins Cup.
In addition to winning the Penguins Cup, Seneca Valley will also advance to play for the state championship this Saturday.
All right, Matt, I think I'm going to get a move on. Great to be alongside of you for this one. I'll be back for the next one. It's memorable.
6
We will see Kevin Zielmanski soon. We thank him for his amazing work and cooperation. And I will be sticking with you for the remainder of the post-game pizzazz. And again, coming up, whenever, we will have the 2025 Class 1A Championship contest between the Mars Planets and the Avonworth Antelopes, two divisional rivals this season in Class A's Blue Division. The Planets were runners-up in the division. Avonworth was the third-place team. And none of that matters tonight. It'll be a good one for all the marbles in our nightcap. The Seneca Valley Raiders had to withstand a couple of upset-minded teams of their own. They survived Upper St. Clair's upset bid tonight. They survive an even harder upset push by the South Fayette Lions. What can you say except champions overcome? And that's what Tyler Masiska and the Raiders have done. Masiska was on the losing bench in the Penguins Cup final twice as a player after overtime games, in both cases, mind you. This time, fortune smiles on the Raiders' new coach. The Seneca Valley Raiders, for the second time in history and the first time since 2018, are your Class 3A Penguins Cup champions. Raiders 3, South Fayette Lions 2. Marshall Hewitt with his second goal of the game and game winner in triple overtime. For Kevin Zielmanski and the entire TenbandTV and Shrib Live High School Sports Network teams, I am Matt Popcock, and that's all she wrote. For now, we will see you for Mars and Avonworth next on PIHL Hockey Night Live, presented by Drusky Entertainment.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Played a lot of softball things together, so it's good to catch up with him.
Soroka with a path to goal. Soroka, score! .com for more information. Breakaway for Trevor D'Alessandro to the goal. Score! Don't call my name! Don't call my name! D'Alessandro brings South Fayette even early. Hewitt chased by Romanelli. Hewitt off the side of the net. It's in! Marshall Hewitt in the Lemieux complex does his best Mario impression. The Raiders take the 2-1 lead, and these pretzels are making me thirsty. Win another O-zone faceoff. Chiappetta tees it up. He shoots. Score! Hold the plane for Minkus. The Lions have tied it. 6-on-5. Robert Owen Chiappetta. 2-2. And you better put some respect on all three names. Able to center it. Dworak from distance. That went wide of Ankrum. Comes out the other end to Hewitt. Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again. Marshall Hewitt, the third period goal and the golden goal. Tyler Masiska.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Things together, so it's good to catch up with him.
Soroka with a path to goal. Soroka, score! Oh! Media or visit ironbridgecorp.com for more information. Breakaway for Trevor D'Alessandro to the goal. Score! Don't call my name! Don't call my name! D'Alessandro brings South Fayette even early. Hewitt chased by Romanelli. Hewitt off the side of the net. It's in! Marshall Hewitt in the Lemieux complex does his best Mario impression. The Raiders take the 2-1 lead, and these pretzels are making me thirsty. For the wear. Hewitt speeding to catch up to this puck. Ankrum leaves his net to play it and does not turn it over to Hewitt, despite the speed of the ladder. And Romanelli keeps it for a moment inside the zone, but it's pushed up to center by Riffy. Riffy from the high slot. That handcuffed Ankrum, but he's got it. Has company in Malichki. Saucer pass intended. Follow up by Martin. Save made Ankrum. The rebound. Oh, what a stop by Ankrum! He absolutely robs Malichki to keep it a one-goal margin. Two fabled Eastern programs there going at it in the Flyers Cup final later this week. That's gloved down by Nichols. Off a Seneca Valley body, the Raiders clear it. They will miss the empty net, and they will incur another icing call. Lions win another O-zone faceoff. Chiappetta tees it up, he shoots. Score! Hold the plane for Minkus. The Lions have tied it. 6-on-5. Robert, Owen, Chiappetta, 2-2. And you better put some respect on all three names. Save from Nichols. Martin. It's turned over to Keller. Keller fires. Nichols is there. Oh, boy. Doubt at that right point area for South Fayette. He is the reason we are in overtime. Petter with his puck through traffic. Oh, that took a strange bounce. Through traffic. Oh, that took a strange bounce. Chiappetta flings it in the general direction of goal. It's loose, and the Raiders control it. Marshall. Nate Keller from the high slot. Keller off balance. That shot hit a stick. Lions have this puck played out in front. The Lions are ramming at it. It's still loose. Keller has possession. Through the blue paint, it's sent. 3-on-2. Centering pass for Hewitt. Hewitt dropping it back. Out in front, Morin shooting it. Ankrum the save, and there is no rebound. Scored. Every little play matters. Raiders off the faceoff on Ankrum, and he'll cradle it and hold it. We'll do it again from the same spot. Andrew caught up nicely by Malichki. Trailing the play and getting run into is Lobanov. Malichki with the kamikaze maneuver there on Lobanov. Martin from the circle. Martin behind the net. Wrapper on try. Save made Ankrum. The rebound is kept out of there. And we get a whistle as Ankrum's mask has come off. Right back to center. Kept in by Murtha. Forced up ahead by Keller. Keller one-on-one with Bailey. Keller drag maneuver. Keller peeling back. Keller with space. Shooting. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Hewitt trying to get a step on Snyder. Hewitt from the right circle for Carter Hone. Hone shooting. It's under Ankrum's glove, and Snyder has it. Maxwell shooting high and wide. Malichki has the rebound to Gwarek. Gwarek tees it up and hit Martin, and it bounces towards Ankrum. High stick, they say. Lions recover. D'Alessandro with space. D'Alessandro, right circle. D'Alessandro, fan on the attempted shot. Out in front, it bounces to Chiappetta. Chiappetta, right circle, shooting off of Nichols. D'Alessandro from the opposite corner. From the opposite corner. D'Alessandro to the point. Petter through traffic. It's loose. Up to Nikolaski. Nikolaski. Martin has a step. Owen Martin to the goal. Stop by Ankrum. Morin, right side. Morin toward goal. Morin kicked out of there by Ankrum, and the net is dislodged, to say the least, in as many overtime periods by the sophomore. South Fayette in transition. D'Alessandro, and that's hugged by Chris Nichols at the other end. Zone for Romanelli, outlet for Hudson. He lets it go to Keller. Keller makes his move. Keller from the circle. Keller shoots on Nichols, and Nichols has it.
Between deep partners right there.
Pelea off the draw to Maxwell. Maxwell with a dump in, and the dump in goes way over Ankram's head off the protective netting. To center. D'Alessandro pressing forward. Keller makes his move. Keller fires off a body, and it floats in an awkward manner in on Nichols. As the last laugh, Valea up to Soroka. Soroka, edge of the circle, centering past Nikolaski, denied by Ankram. The rebound, Hone shooting, that's blocked. Hone again, and it trickled wide. Garvin for Malichki. Malichki around a man. Malichki from the circle. Ankram's got it, and he'll freeze it. Malichki on this puck for the Raiders. Malichki for Maxwell. Maxwell shooting. No goal, it's loose. Is it in? No, it's not. Somehow it was kept out, and the Raiders can't believe it as the net behind Jackson Ankram is well off the moorings. What chaos. Up to Keller. Keller threads it to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro from an angle. In on goal. Save made by Nichols, and Nichols is run into now by Keller. Try to get it up high to Petter, but it goes the length of the ice.
I was wondering if he was going to try to pick that one up behind the net.
Ankram had trouble with that one, and that could have been disaster for the Lions. For Murtha. Petter takes it over as Rygaard has run into it his own blue line, and he's hurt. Petter across the line, shoots it on Nichols. Nichols to save, and Rygaard doubled over, getting back to the South Fayette bench. Lions win the faceoff. Petter to D'Alessandro on the half wall. To Eli Petter. Through a crowd on goal. Oh, Nichols made that save.
The team starts trying to stretch. That'll end this game because there'll be a mistake made one way or the other.
Lobanov follows the bouncing puck. Lobanov backhanded it wide of goal. He gets it back. Chiappetta cutting toward goal. Chiappetta shoots. They made Venom fan on the rebound. It came underneath his stick, and the net behind Nichols is dislodged. For D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro for Venom. Venom 1 against 2. Venom from the prone position stays with the puck. Nothing called. Jake Warwick.
He's got some juice, Matt.
Up through center. Left side to Martin. Martin firing. Ankram has it in that left hand. Of goal. Garvin the rebound on net. Ankram the save. And we will play a third overtime in the Class 3A Penguins Cup final. He's in his path. Keller takes it away. Keller with space. Keller shoots. Nichols the save. And there is no rebound.
Eyesight, eye level for Ankram, and it went over to the net.
Warwick in behind the net. Raiders play it out in front. Of save is made by Ankram on the backhand. It's still loose. Kicked around by Petter to the boards for Bailey. Shooting. It's loose in front. Venom shooting again. Nichols still trying to freeze that puck, and he does inside the blue paint. Martin unable to control that puck. Glove down by Malichki. Malichki cutting toward the cage. Oh, what a stop by Ankram! Unable to center it. Warwick from distance. That went wide of Ankram. Comes out the other end to Hewitt. Hewitt creating space.
What do you think
Hewitt
about
turning.
the States? What's going to be your plan for this week to get ready for Saturday?
Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with
for the Pens Cup 3A championship today here at the Lemieux Center. All right, here at the UPMC Lemieux Center post-game for the Penguins Cup 3A championship game. I'm joined now by Christopher Nichols, the winning goalie for the Seneca Valley Raiders, for a game that went to 3 overtimes. So, Chris, how were you able to maintain that energy through all those periods?
At a time and try to store up as much energy before each save.
Tell us what you saw from the other end for the winning goal and your teammate Marshall Hewitt with the game winner.
I just saw everyone react, put their hands up in the air, and I skated down as fast as I could.
What about the development of the play? Were you able to tell? Did you think that he had it at that moment?
The shot was like up and there was a screen in front. I thought there was a chance, but you never know.
So South Fayette scores a late one with the extra attacker on, and then you guys have to regroup and get back in it. Talk about the resiliency of this team and how you and yourself, your defensemen, and your team was able to, put that behind them moving forward into the overtime.
We just get right back to the game plan. We keep going and then forget about the goal.
How are you feeling about this? I mean, this is a big win. You're pretty calm. I made the comment to Marshall. You were one of the most calm people in the building when the fans and everyone was losing it with every chance. What do you go through mentally that you're able to stay so calm and focused in goal?
Just knowing that the next one's the winner, so you got to make sure it doesn't go in and then just celebrate.
So then the other end, Jackson Ankrum had a pretty good game. What do you think of his game here tonight?
It was crazy. I thought we had like 5 goals, but he stopped it all, and then it was just a good shot at the end, but he played well.
And how are you feeling about this, winning the Penguins Cup?
It's crazy. It's fun, and gonna enjoy it.
Okay, so you got to come back here for this state championship's going to be on Saturday against the winner of LaSalle or Holy Ghost Prep. How are you feeling about your team's chances this weekend?
I feel good. Got to go in there with the same game plan and just play as good as we can.
All right, so last question for you. I thought your defensemen were really good in front of you, the way they were moving the puck so well. What did you see from your perspective and how well your D played in front of you?
They've been playing good all year, and they just kept doing it this year and worked out.
All right, with Christopher Nichols, the winning goalie for the Seneca Valley Raiders, the Penguins Cup 3A champion. Thanks, sir. Congratulations.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.